Cap. Club Ambition Podcast.
Finna make the hood cry one time. This is pain. When they gon' feel it. Feel me? And they say tough times don't last, tell people do. I stand on it. RP the guys.
Oh,
Cap.
my bad. Played the stream by accident.
I feel way more distressed. We laid our guys to rest. I'm fucked up, I confess. No, I can't get no rest. This paranoia and anxiety burning on my chest. Fighting inside my head, trying to disguise the mess. This liquor bringing out the feelings that I keep compressed. My dog got caught up on them perks, trying to take off the edge. He said some shit that he ain't mean when he was out the mess. Trying to release some of that pain, had to get it off his chest. That shit been on my mind, no D, cause bro, it's none but love. I miss my guys for real, I don't see my guys enough. Dedicated to my kids, I owe it all of them. Might not speak every day, it's part of growing up. Thinking about Little Mexico, why you had to be the next to go? Lil' bro died on that same street I used to walk to school. It makes me think like back then they could've called me too. When you're active in these streets, can't get too comfortable. I'm steady getting reminded I can't trust these hoes. This gang shit chose us, this ain't the life we chose. We here today and gone tomorrow, that's just how life goes. I feel way more distressed, we laid our guys to rest. I'm fucked up, I confess, no I can't get no rest. This paranoia and anxiety burning on my chest. Fighting inside my head, trying to disguise the mess. This liquor bringing out the feelings that I keep compressed. My dog got caught up on them perks, trying to take off the edge. He said some shit that he ain't mean when he was out the mess. Trying to release some of that pain, had to get it off his chest. Sometimes when I play with my kids, I think about Lil Death. He was a gangster, yeah, but he was a father best. That was my fucking dog, together we turned to vets. Activated with them killers, we slide behind your death. And I've been thinking about Lil Danny too. Different hoes, same law, we a family too. You was
Yeah. We might take down some glizzys as a team.
What? What?
Wow.
Why are you putting that on our name, bro?
Yo, this nigga just threw the wildest shit on our
It's
bodies, bro.
crazy, bro.
Yo, a collective glizzy.
He wants to bring us all down together. Bro.
Listen,
Pause.
and I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I'm gonna forget the land, the man who died, who gave that right to me. And I proudly stand up next to you and remember today. The Lord, man, God bless this land. God bless the USA. Today we are summer's officially started. We're observing because I heard you can't. It's not Happy Memorial Day because it's not really a happy day, right? So you have to observe. Politically correct. You have to observe Memorial Day. That's the proper terminology.
Who the fuck said that?
I don't know. Twitter.
Nah, we gotta jump these.
We got the glizzies, the turkey glizzies.
the turkey glizzies.
We're here. Welcome to the podcast live stream on YouTube. Check it out. Audio everywhere the next day tomorrow. And if you're listening to us, check out the podcast live on Monday nights on Club Ambition YouTube channel. We are eating vegan dogs. Are you guys gonna take a bite with me?
No.
How? Okay.
Goddamn hat keeps falling back. I might just take it off at this point.
How's that a vegan dog?
It's turkey, so it's like veganish. You know, it's veganish. Shall we? Everyone at home, cheers with their glizzies. You know, one of the National Glizzy Days.
He made that shit in the microwave, by the way. How that shit taste? Dry ass glizzy.
Let me swallow it first.
Hey, yo.
Pause, bro.
Pause. Nah, pause, gangster.
Mm.
And that was nasty.
I don't mind it.
I don't mind it.
Yeah. You know.
That's just a butt, bro. I promise you I'll throw up.
You know what I'm saying? I triple dog dare you to take a bite of yours, Noel. Let's go. You've had worse. It's not bad.
Nigga, how you know I had worse glizzys? All right, bro. This shit look mad disfigured. All right. If I yak right after this, it's Vic's fault.
Like a man right there.
That was all bread.
That
That was all bread.
Probably sure wasn't.
Oh yeah, Marlon, you're not being left out, buddy.
That's
Let's go,
crazy,
Marlon.
bro.
Like,
That's
you got
crazy.
at least
Listen, guys.
flex the glizzy at least.
I'm gonna tell you this, bro.
Flex the
I
glizzy's
want
crazy.
y'all to see what this man Vic gave me.
no, it's just
Look how crazy the end of my shit looks, bro. Are you guys seeing this? This looks crazy.
It look crazy.
It's a pointy glizzy.
Bro, are you seeing this? It has like a little hole in everything, bro.
Oh my god, that's just nasty.
Man.
Bro, listen.
Wow.
I don't know if I can, bro.
Just give it a little lick. Little taste.
Nah, that shit was disgusting. The little lick is crazy. What's wrong with you, Vic?
There's a lot of glizzy warriors watching. You know, we stand united.
These are the worst glizzies I've ever eaten. By the way, glizzy warriors.
God bless the USA. Come on, Mark.
Someone said that's a finger.
It tastes like butt for whoever just asked in the chat.
Guys, listen.
Tastes like
It just
moist butt.
Shout out to our international watchers and listeners. South Africa.
Shout out to
Brazil.
South Africa. This looks crazy, bro.
Nigga, that shit looks bad, bro.
I can't do it, man.
Take a little bite. A
Nah.
little bite. You can spit it out if it's bad.
This shit kind of tastes like
some
cafeteria
action.
hot dog, bro. Like the ones from school.
Bro, with that dirty ass water.
The dirty ass water.
Oh, fuck, man. Listen, if you guys don't see me here next week, y'all know why. I'm fucking nervous.
Sometimes you gotta pop out and bite a glizzy.
Hey, yo. What is wrong with this nigga, bro? Nah, this nigga Vic is crazy. Nigga, no bev, no sauce, just straight raw glizzy is insane. That nigga's disgusting. Nah, yo, Vic, you a freaky ass nigga. You a fan, nigga. You a freaky
I'm a
ass
fan,
nigga.
you a
Keep your
fan,
ass
you a
inside. You gotta keep that nigga inside, bro.
Oh my god.
That nigga just.
That was wet, Mar. That was wild. That was wild. He just threw up. That was what he just threw up. Just threw up, bro.
Oh, my God. I can't
Bro,
believe it.
Bro, this nigga. I told you that shit
That
was
was
nasty.
bad water that came out of this nigga's
Bro,
mouth.
I get it, bro. That shit tastes disgusting, bro. You're not gonna get the taste
Yo,
out your
I
mouth.
ain't tripping, bro. Look at this, man.
Look at this.
It was like a marker, expired marker, like the inside of a marker, the expo markers, when they pop open.
Look at this shit, bro. Nah, this is wild, bro. This is what Vic got us going through.
Bro, I almost yacked too, bro. I had to force myself to swallow it. Pause.
God bless the USA.
Someone said lock him up.
Lock him up.
What's that song that we were singing in school? About like your neighbor or something?
They go, what? Yo, this nigga's crazy.
What are you talking about?
It's like an American song about your neighbor.
Nigga, you talking about the Pledge of Allegiance?
Nah, it's like different. It was like about your neighbor.
Only thing I know is the Pledge of Allegiance.
Oh, say, can
That's not the Pledge of
you
Allegiance,
see by the dawn's early
That's a Star Spangled Banner, no?
light
Isn't that the
so
national song?
proudly we hailed
Damn, I'm not American.
As
bro.
the twilight's last gleaming, when the
Pledge of
rocket's
allegiance
red
to the
glare, the bombs bursting
to the flag.
in
United
air,
States of America.
stay true
For which I
to
stand,
the
one nation,
night,
under God,
that our
indivisible,
flag
and liberty and
was
justice for
still
all.
there. Oh, say does that star-spangled
Y'all really know this?
banner yet wave?
That's crazy.
For the land
Like a good neighbor,
of
State
the
Farm is there. I think that's the one he was talking about.
and the home of the brave. What power? No, let me tell you.
Stop.
Let me tell you.
Yo,
Let me tell you.
someone said that
I'm
neighbor
sorry.
song
I
he
gotta
was
say
talking
this.
about was like a good neighbor.
State Farm is there. That would have been what he was thinking about, bro. No bullshit.
What did what did Chef G say? They whisper your accomplishments and they yell out your failures.
They yell out your failures.
Trump gonna shout out all the wins for all of us. I was like,
Oh my
it was like
God.
antics. I'm like, oh man, here we go.
Bro, when they smiled at the end, I knew they was trolling. At the
Oh
ass, bro.
man, listen,
They got a bag and left.
man, those men right there have criminal charges.
Oh, without a doubt. They want a pardon.
Yeah.
Them niggas are facing a RICO.
They
want a
know what they're
pardon.
doing.
They did that shit for the pardon, my brother.
They know what they're
my
doing. But we
God.
appreciate everyone out there in the world watching us. In America right now, it is
I'm gonna get this dog out of
Memorial Day, National Day. So wanted to show a little tribute, for the troops that have passed away. I'm anti-war, but at the same time, if the rest of the world is at war, countries got to be prepared. And, a lot of these people end up dying defending a country. And, there's been a lot of Americans that have passed away. So rest in peace and condolences to those people. I have friends that are actually, what's the term? Enlisted? Or enlisted, right? Enlisted. And, a lot of people who have mutual friends and families that have passed away throughout, this time in the Army, Navy. So condolences to those people. Want to acknowledge and pay homage to those. But we are here.
Before you continue,
Yeah.
shout out to my boy Brian. You
Oh,
out
yes,
there,
Brian.
You
Shout out
out
to
there,
Brian.
my boy. We're waiting for you. August, couple more months, bro. We're waiting for you. I don't know if you can go back. I don't think you should, but August is coming, baby. We waiting.
Shout out to Brian. Man. We're here. Club Mission Podcast Cap. I am Sound, the weekly host. We got the co-host, Marloon, in the building, and the engineer and producer right there. Also, we got the co-host extraordinaire, Noel, in the building. You already know the vibes.
I'm so happy them dabs finally connect you.
All right,
man.
bro. All right, bro.
But we are here. And to start off, we want to shout out to King OSF, has a new project, Rhode Island artist. King OSF, that was a song in the beginning. Baby Lord. Go check out that new project just dropped. My brother right there, King OSF. And where shall we begin, man? Let me see. A lot of things to discuss. Let's see. Memorial Day, Rhode Island. Let's start with Rhode Island. Oh, also, rest in peace, Bill Walton. I do want to say condolences to Bill Walton. Bill Walton is an NBA Hall of Famer, basketball Hall of Famer. He died today at the age of 71. This is a legendary man. He was also a ESPN sports analyst, I believe, for college games, etc., for
Real
years.
nigga.
And I think he's been around in ESPN since 2002. So condolences to him. He's a legend. He's a hilarious man, very positive human, hilarious. Always brought a lot of smiles to people, including myself, when you see him online. Two-time champion. Passed away after a prolonged battle with cancer. This was announced today, breaking news today. He is survived by his wife, Lori, and sons, Adam, Nate, Chris, and Luke. And he also was let me see. His most famous game was a 1973 NCAA title game, UCLA against Memphis. He's a UCLA alum. Led the UCLA Bruins, to another national championship. He's in the 1993 Hall of Fame class. He had a lot of foot injuries that, were a part of the end of his NBA career. But condolences to Bill, man, the legend Bill. Very familiar face if you see him. But moving on, I want to talk about Rhode Island. There's a lot of random Rhode Island news to talk about today, fellas. So let's get to it. Recently in Rhode Island, and I want to also correct ourselves because last week we kind of misreported on some stuff where we thought that when Noel was talking about the shooting that happened at one of the visuals, we confused them with two different shootings. So there was a visual shooting. There was a shooting that happened and they had a vigil for, and that was a 28-year-old person that passed away, and he died around an area where there was a shooting years ago prior to that. But the vigil that we spoke about where the balloons were shot and everything, that was separately. But I'm going to talk about today, mentioning that today. So real quick, one of the signs, in traditional Rhode Island, Providence, we can always tell when it's summertime, when unfortunately shootings tend to spike up. All right. This is a crazy stat. In the past 2 weeks, look at this. Today at 7-Eleven, there was a shooting. And guess what 7-Eleven? The Cranston Street one, right? Of all of them.
Yeah.
This morning, there was a shooting of a 51-year-old man was shot in both kneecaps.
Oh, my God.
Both kneecaps, right? That was this morning. Last Wednesday, let me see. Both kneecaps. There was a man shot last Wednesday. 2 gunshot wounds. A man, what about 2? What the hell? Am I reporting this accurately? Man, and there was a man shot last Wednesday. 2 gunshot wounds that happened as well. No information on that man. But 2 weekends ago, this is the one that we misreported last week. So 2 weekends ago, also another shooting happened. A 28-year-old man was killed. He was shot in the back, and he ended up being dead after the shooting right away. This was on Admiral Street, and this was the official, when this happened, this was the 3rd official homicide of the year. And a week before that was the shooting of a 14-year-old that got shot in the foot, and also an 18-year-old woman was shot as well. This was during a large visual memorial gathering for someone that died prior at that exact location as well. But
Oh, that's what the news meant when they tweeted it that way.
yeah,
Okay.
but they have arrested a person for this one specifically. He was 18-year-old Gary Maddox the third. He's a young ass kid, bro. Young ass person. He was someone that was supposedly returning fire from the crowd at the time of the shooting, and he was arrested on gun charges. So he wasn't the person that allegedly killed the person. He was shooting back in retaliation as a part of the vigil and the memorial. Very unfortunate, but always a sign of the times in Providence whenever there's shooting. And then all these shootings happen within miles of each other, not too far from each other, because it's such a small state, such a small city, the smallest state in the country, one of the smallest cities. So want to send our condolences to everyone out there affected, and everyone please stay safe. Summertime is fun. Let's turn up, let's have a fun time. But remember to stay safe, be on your 1s and 2s, keep your eyes open. And yeah, have safe fun, because summertime, bro, people start driving crazier in Providence. Like it's like as if they never driven in their life. Like it's like a new batch of people start driving. It's weird as hell, right?
Yeah.
And shootings start happening, and it's like a common thing every summertime. So we want people to just be safe out there in Providence, Rhode Island.
Also, stop scaring the women.
Stop what?
Stop scaring the women.
Stop scaring the women.
With your violence.
Yes, yeah. Women don't like that. They might claim, oh, it's kind of cute. This guy's a dangerous man, until you're a part of the danger yourself. Then it's like, I'm not holding him down. He's in jail for 20 years. I can't stay single for 20 years.
They're shaking ass and you're shooting guns. You make no sense.
Yeah,
You're a bad person.
It's a double-edged sword. Moving on, though, this was a crazy road rage incident that happened on Federal Hill in Providence, Rhode Island, that left a man in the hospital, and it involved 2 weapons, a cinder block and a high heel.
What the
This is on Fed Hill. This is the story right here. A woman was arrested Saturday after following an alleged assault on Federal Hill that police claimed involved the cinder block and a high-heeled shoe, right? According to a spokesperson of the street, this was on Atwells Avenue, they found a person bleeding from their head when the police arrived. The victim was disoriented and didn't know who attacked him, right? But with surveillance footage from Opa Restaurant, shout out to Opa Restaurant, I like that restaurant. I went there with Shawty for Valentine's Day, great restaurant. Opa Restaurant provided the police surveillance footage that made them able to actually identify the woman, who was 31-year-old Ashley Soto Morales. Why does that sound familiar? Didn't we report on Ashley Soto recently? Someone Soto. Ashley Soto Morales, 31 years old. She was arguing with the victim.
That's not the one that went to school with us, right?
No, because 31 is too old.
Way too
Oh
old.
yeah, okay. I'm about to
That'd be crazy.
That'd be crazy.
That'd be insane.
That'd be
Arguing with the
insane.
victim, he as he was trying to back out at a parking space, right? He was trying to back out, and she was arguing with him. And at some point during the altercation, 2 men started hitting the victim in his head. Police said that Morales then hit the victim in his head with her high heel, and then she struck him in the face with the cinder block. Then on the video, it shows that the man lost consciousness after suffering injuries to the head and the face, and he was taken to the Rhode Island hospital for treatment. She was identified by a bystander, then she was arrested. This is under investigation currently right now. Bro, imagine that though. Like that's another sign of the summer in Providence where like road rage gets so crazy that you decide to throw a cinder block at someone and hit him with a fucking high heel. Bro, I don't know. Like, I know Marlowe's had like little incidences of like slight road rage. I don't think he'd ever take it to that level. But I would never. That'd be crazy. I would never like. It's never that deep. It's never that deep.
Yeah, it's never that deep.
Especially on Atwoods. Like I know it gets crazy for parking, but to throw a cinder block at someone's head. Well, Noel has stories of.
No.
He's having flashbacks.
No. Listen, back in the day, I'm no longer this person. I could see that. I could see you getting to a point where it's like, yo, you bitch ass nigga, like.
Nah, but not doing it.
Nigga, some people are mad disrespectful on this road, bro.
Didn't Noel carry around a cinder block in his pocket?
Nah, cinder block in my pocket.
That's a big ass pocket.
Big ass pocket.
That must have been an inflatable cinder block.
Bro, because in Rhode Island, like, they will really, like, hug you back, chase after you, like, talk shit, throw them in. Like, all right, bro, I'm with it. Let me stop the car. I'm with the shits. Like,
yeah.
I hear it. But
listen,
that cinder block is kind of crazy.
Last Rhode Island's
Where
news.
the hell did she get the cinder block from?
Bro, I mean, on Federal Hill, it looks like a random cinder blocks. I feel like. No? I feel like I've seen random cinder blocks on Federal Hill.
They just be chilling?
Was it
I've
a
seen
cinder
them.
block or a brick, bro?
Cinder block. They emphasized it twice. Must have been like those
must have been
those big
construction.
gray ones.
Yeah,
There's no
must be
construction on Fed Hill right now.
There always is. Somewhere.
Brick, I would get it because there's like, I think
Bro,
like.
she pulled it out her pocket.
Her man's a construction or
out
a
of
company owner. Nah.
Out of her
Imagine.
inventory?
Out of her inventory.
We're going to do a Massachusetts story. But before the Massachusetts story, the last Rhode Island story right here. 2 exotic birds have escaped Roger Williams Park, and everyone's on the hunt for them. They're called
I thought you were gonna say something
blue-throated
else.
piping guans, right? They escaped Roger Williams Park Zoo today in Providence. Their names are Monster and Chip. They were last seen reportedly by people in Roger Williams Park on top of the trees, just chilling, and they have now disappeared.
How much are they worth?
These are not trained, and they're free-flying birds. They're saying that they're the size of like a chicken, right? They're the size of a chicken.
Do they kind of look like turkeys?
They kind of look like turkeys, yes. I'm going to show a photo in a second.
I need to see the photo because if it's what I saw today, then it's around my neighborhood.
And they're saying that there's been auctions in the past for these birds, and one of them in the past has reportedly sold for upwards of $1 billion.
What? And that was in Roger Williams
Let me see
Park?
that fucking photo, bro.
No way.
I'm just kidding. But see how it caught your attention, right? So now you guys are pieces of shit because it's $1 million. Now you care about the birds.
You
Look-
said $1 billion.
So you guys care about the birds because it's $1 billion.
Yes.
Wow, how low
Nigga, you know how
souls
many
you guys
times
are.
I kick
You don't
pigeons?
care. You don't care about the damn bird.
Nigga, you know how many pigeons I kick a day?
That's
Niggas think
wild.
them niggas think
Allegedly.
they're police. Nah, they think they're police officers. Them niggas be pulling up on you with mad like they own the block. And then the turkeys in Cranston,
Oh yeah, they be everywhere.
Them
I
shits are
almost ran
aggressive.
them niggas over.
They're aggressive.
This is the birds right here, though. I feel like this is easy to spot.
It's not the bird that
'Cause
I
it
saw.
looks like a
it definitely looks
turkey.
like a chicken.
Yeah, I got the chicken legs right there.
How much is it worth?
I couldn't find no value. It might be $10. It might not be much, but they're exotic, so it has to be maybe several thousands, maybe.
Oh, that's not worth it.
Yeah, but
Damn, I really thought it was the bird I saw today, bro.
$1 billion. I'd just be like,
man.
what?
Yeah, I'm getting it. But you know what?
Oh, yeah.
Let me not get into it. I almost fought geese the other day, bro. I thought regular show was lying. Geese are mad territorial. They'll really fight you,
They're
bro.
really, yeah.
Last New England topic. There's been a spree, a short spree of stabbings happening in Massachusetts, right? And people are investigating these stabbings, right? Over the weekend, there was a 26-year-old Jared Ravizia in Plymouth, Massachusetts, who stabbed 2 people at a McDonald's, right? What the fuck? He was on a drive-thru, and he stabbed one man through the window of the drive-thru at McDonald's. Then he parked his car, they're saying, and then there was a female worker inside of the McDonald's, and he ran inside the McDonald's and stabbed the female worker inside of the McDonald's, right? They survived.
Thank God.
Then police are saying that this could be connected to an earlier incident that happened that same day in Braintree, Massachusetts, where the suspect went inside of an AMC movie theater. He didn't pay for a ticket. He entered the movie theater room and he attacked 4 girls between the ages of 9 and 17.
Wow.
Right? So it could be It could be the case, right? It could be the same man. Another incident has happened, right? Just last night, basically this morning, at a mobile home area, right? Inside of a mobile home in Attleboro, a 51-year-old man, James McCormick, stabbed his younger brother to death, 47-year-old Richard McCormick. Supposedly there was a big dispute, a family dispute, and the neighbors heard it over the night, 3 a.m. in the morning, but they didn't expect it to end up that graphic. Nothing like that supposedly ever happened in that mobile home area. But there's a lot of stabbings happening in Massachusetts right now. So I guess what would be a protection method if you're hearing people are stabbing a lot, you know, because that's like a weapon that...
You got to shoot him. Nigga, how the fuck you gonna stop a knife, nigga?
Listen.
Think about it. Unless you know how to disarm someone, how you stopping a knife, Vic?
A lot of shootings in Rhode Island, and I guess a lot of stabbings in Massachusetts. I don't know what the fuck is going on. That seems to be... I thought that was like a UK thing, no?
Yeah, it is. Bro, because if it...
I thought it was a New
You
York.
bloody mate! Bloody mate! I'll stab you in your throat, bloody mate!
Bro,
That's
if you
crazy.
can't
I thought it
disarm
was like
someone,
New
they'll
York
just
train
slice your
shit.
hand, bro. Your face,
In UK.
your titty.
It might be an invasion of Britons. But the Brits might have invaded Massachusetts.
Bro, imagine losing a nipple, bro.
I'll shoot the nigga.
Oh my
You
god.
gotta just put him down.
God
Bro.
bless. Moving on though, let's get to Diddy real quick, right? So Diddy, right? Cassie has broken her silence about the Diddy situation, and she's made a post. But I want to highlight some things in the post that people I feel like are not paying attention to, right? So she says, "Thank you for all of the love and support, my family, friends, and strangers, those who I have yet to meet online. The outpouring love has created a place for my younger self to settle and feel safe now. But this is only the beginning. Domestic violence is the issue. It broke me down to someone I never thought I would become. With a lot of hard work, I am better today, but I will always be recovering from my past. Thank you to everyone that has taken the time to take this matter seriously. My only ask is that everyone open your heart to believing victims the first time." And she made an exclamation point to everyone, right? Not exclamation point. She capitalized everyone. It takes a lot of heart to tell the truth out of a situation that you were powerless in. I offer my hand to those that are still living in fear. Reach out to your people. Don't cut them off. No one should carry this weight alone. This healing journey is never ending, but this support means everything to me. Thank you. Love always, Cassie, right? Now, 2 things to highlight that people are not really speaking about in abundance. I feel like they should. She says that she is now healed, right? Therefore, this is something that, and you can tell, like, God willing, that she's moved on and she's gotten better because she has a whole family now. She seems happy in the photos with her family. And obviously this is coming to light now, but she's dealt with this personally before people knew. Like, this was happening behind the scenes. She's saying, so that's one thing to highlight, right? Like, obviously she's moved on past it. She's grown. She feels like she's still healing, but this is something that she's dealt with in the past, right? It's not like it's obviously shocking or breaking news to her. And if I feel like she might have, this gives me also vibes that she knows that obviously in the lawsuit she says it, that there was footage, but she might have seen the footage herself, as if it's not shocking, the footage itself, how it looks like. Also, everyone, open your heart to believing victims the first time. The lawsuit that she did in November. Remember everything that she said in the lawsuit. So far, we have evidence, footage of one of the things that she said, the $50,000, allegedly, the hotel incident that happened. Now we have the footage. She, in my opinion, right, and this is obviously not confirmed yet, this is allegedly, I would think that everything that she said in the lawsuit is 100% accurate, the way that she's talking, because she's saying the first time, you know, everything the first time, but emphasizing that. And it's like,
There was a lot of detail.
it's a lot of details. So I think people need to revisit that lawsuit and read about it. Read the things, specifically the freak-off parties, right? The freak-off parties where allegedly Diddy would have her have sex with other people in front of him. There's been always rumors of tapes of this happening. Cassie's saying everyone should believe the victim, you know, the first time when they speak out. There's a dangerous side to that, though, where, like, there could be victims lying, as there has been. As there has been. But guess what? I don't feel like Cassie's lying. Like I said the first time, it was very detailed. Cassie, out of everyone, it felt weird. Like, why is Cassie doesn't talk? Cassie doing a lawsuit. Now we have video evidence of one incident. I think more is to come. I think more footage. Supposedly, Jason Lee of Hollywood Unlocked said that there's people reaching out to him that want to give him footage. He's one of the biggest blogs in LA. They want to give him footage, and he's reluctant to take the footage because he doesn't want to be too involved. But he said he might reveal the footage soon. People are not even trying to sell it. They're just trying to give it up. They're just trying to find sources to actually display the footage. So there's more footage of Diddy doing other incidences.
So now let me ask you this, right? Even if more footage does come out, they can't use that against him because they already settled, whatever they settled, right? Or do I got it fucked up?
They can. The incident with Cassie, there's a statute of limitations, I think, because of it was long, the time that it was long ago, so he couldn't be tried for the assault or abuse case, whatever they were called, trying to make it specifically. But they were saying that if she were to try to maybe prove like kidnapping, there's a case for kidnapping, but it would have to be, it does from the footage, it doesn't seem that way. If he were to drag her down the hall, God forbid, like drag her longer, like for a good amount of time, then that's a case of kidnapping because he's taking her against her will, right? But he kind of tugged at her, and I don't think he really dragged her. But there's other things that they could charge him with, right? And if they are trying to find a way to get Diddy, they'll just find another angle to charge him with other stuff. But Cassie did speak out and say that, and I think people need to highlight that. And there's also a new lawsuit, right? Well, before we get to the new lawsuit, there's a rumor that this has never happened in the history of life. From my recollection, I think it's never happened. Removing a Hollywood star from the Hollywood Walk of Fame. There have been supposedly a bunch of people calling the Hollywood Walk of Fame board. They want Diddy's star removed. But the thing is, if they remove Diddy's star, you know how many other people's star they're going to have to remove?
Elvis Presley was sleeping with teenagers.
They would have to remove maybe half of the walk.
His wife was like 16, 14.
There's people have done shit that gets revealed after they die.
Right.
So it's like, by that logic, because they're already trying to strip him of the key, right? Mayor Eric Adams in New York is like, oh, we're investigating if we got to strip Diddy of the key because they just gave him the key last year. That's why I think they're trying to strip him of the key because it was recent. If it was like an old key from 10 years ago, they probably wouldn't really care about it. But they're like, we just gave him the key. We look kind of crazy. Hold up, I think the key's more. Who gives a fuck? Get the key. Take the key away. Who gives a fuck? It's not a real key, right?
Right.
But then a Hollywood Walk of Fame is something that's permanent on the ground. Is like,
it's probably been pissed and shitted on.
That wouldn't make sense. That wouldn't make sense to remove that. But there's a new Diddy lawsuit that's been updated today.
Also, Harvey Weinstein's star is still there, by the way.
Oh, you looked it up?
Uh-huh.
Harvey Weinstein. You would have to remove Harvey Weinstein's star. A lot of people's star.
Bill Cosby's still there too.
God bless. Goddamn, let me put this American flag a bit up this way. God bless the USA. Sean Diddy Combs accused of sexually assaulting a woman the sixth woman in a new lawsuit. The woman said that she had 4 terrifying sexual encounters with Combs, including one instance where she said the rapper forced her to take ecstasy. Right? Now, some quick facts. This is the 6th accuser that has come forward against Sean Diddy Combs. April Lampos claimed she had 4 terrifying sexual encounters with Combs after meeting him in New York City while attending the Fashion Institute of Technology in the 1990s. Representatives of Combs did not immediately respond to people's request to comment. Right? So this was the 1990s. The lawsuit filed details that he would have her take ecstasy, have sex with his then girlfriend before he had kids with her and everything. I believe at the time, Kim Porter, right? Because I think they were married too. Isn't that his ex-wife, Kim Porter? So this girl allegedly was forced by Diddy to have sex with Kim Porter. Oh my God. She also alleged that Kim Porter retaliated and that she and Combs got her fired from the job. Lampos claimed that she met Combs in 1994 when she was a student for the Fashion Institute of Technology, FIT, and she would often get invited to Bad Boy Records studio in New York City. And there's a photo and everything, music industry, blah, blah. So when you read this lawsuit, right, do you guys think that there's any probable causes here? Like, just innocently, allegedly, your first thoughts, right? A new lawsuit after Diddy and Cassie, the footage gets revealed. We have Cassie responding. Now we have another woman saying that Diddy has done other things to her sexually in the 90s, right? We're going back almost 3 decades. And on top of that, we have Cassie saying, believe the victims the first time they come forward. The first time they come forward. So what are the thoughts? What do you think, Noel?
All right. Talked about this last week, too, because of the whole Joe Budden thing. And are we going to get to that today?
Yeah, we can get to that.
Okay. Because that's important in all of this. This whole conversation about believing victims. I think I sent this to you on IG. I was just looking at it right now, too. There's video footage. You can look at it online. There was a guy on a podcast. I forgot who it was. He was talking about how, if you look into it, Kim Porter's, who's deceased, that's P. Diddy's ex-girlfriend, she came out. Her friends came out and were talking about how Cassie, allegedly, would beat on her and laugh at her with Diddy. And when that was, and when I started looking into it, even myself, it was like different people who were saying they were her friend, other people who people proved were her friends saying, yeah, we knew that was happening. If that is true, and let's say even footage comes out, not even footage, let's say those friends start coming out and saying, yeah, she used to hit, Cassie used to beat on Kim Porter. Do we believe the friends? Like, this is where the slippery slope starts to develop itself. Like,
But let's say people are going to argue because she had been manipulated by
I don't care.
Diddy.
Yeah, me personally, I hear it. I don't care. You still did it. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, that's still something you have to acknowledge.
She
and
was
apologize.
19.
You still have to apologize. Though,
He was, 36?
Yeah, and I get that. I fully get it. You're in an abusive relationship. You do things. But again, you still have to take accountability and say, hey, like, I apologize for what I did. This is why I did it, but I still did it, and I have to apologize for that. And that's kind of where my situation is. I'm not bringing it up because I want her to be punished for it. I'm bringing it up because where's the line drawing of what we believe as people? Because Cassie, if those allegations are like people are making those allegations, by Cassie's logic, I have to believe she beat on Kim Porter. If I'm believing her logic, that I need to believe women when they say that they're a victim or they know someone that's a victim of something. If I have to just believe it off the cuff, then I have to believe that Cassie also is an abuser. So I just don't know how this works.
That was a random guy, though, no?
No, that guy's in the industry. It was a producer or an A&R guy. But no, there is video. There is video. Like, there's friends coming out saying it. Again, allegedly.
Yeah.
I don't want people in the comments like, no, it never happened. Allegedly. I'm just saying, if that does come out to be true, that Kim Porter's personal friends are saying this, do I not believe them?
Yeah, because that would be, it's not out of the realm of possibility, the idea of even that, puppet master, like Diddy's a puppet master, manipulated her to do stuff, but that wouldn't justify it for her, especially not in a case of law, because she was of age.
Yeah.
She was an adult. She would be still an aggressor.
But this is my thing,
I
too,
would
Vic.
think.
This is also my issue. Are we supposed to believe Tahiry? But just because she said it? Like, this be my beef with these situations.
Yeah.
Where is the line? Because we've all seen domestic violence at some point in our life, or heard about it. So to argue it's black and white is kind of problematic for me. There's always reasons why things happened. There's always different explanations for why things happen. There's always a different narrative. That's why I'm trying to understand. Because we were talking about the Tahiry and Joe Budden thing. Are we supposed to just take Tahiry's comment as face value and believe everything she said? Because that's what Cassie's telling us to do.
Yeah, I'm going to look that up right now to read that. So this was a viral post I made. So Joe Budden, famous podcaster, biggest music podcaster in history, he spoke out. Remember last week we said that he dropped a podcast right after the footage of Diddy came out. And he spoke about Diddy's situation with Cassie in the footage for 4 minutes. But he deleted it and never aired it because he felt like it wasn't enough. So people clowned him, what's going on. Then people were like, hey, and we spoke about it on here, it could be because he has allegations against himself. So he doesn't want people to bring those up, right? Then fast forward, the week passed kind of, and it was a Wednesday podcast last week. And then he drops the episode and he actually is calling out Diddy. He's airing everything out. He's saying that Diddy one time when he got hired by Diddy of Revolt, told him, "Hey, I heard that you're crazy, right? And that you like you're a crazy guy." Basically, he was saying, like, to sum it up. And it's like, we like crazy, like we like creative, crazy people. But he was like, as long as you don't throw nothing, or don't hit nobody with nothing, blah blah. And Joe was like, oh, he felt comfortable with that. But then he's like, did he really realize though the importance of not hurting someone, right? And it stood out to him. He's like, like why is he emphasizing that, right? And it's because of now we know Diddy was abusive and was hitting women. Hitting people in general. Allegedly, he had other disputes with coworkers, etc. It's always been rumored for years of bad boys in offices. Now, Joe Budden, after he said that, we have Tahiry making a post. And Tahiry made a post under the Shade Room, and she left a comment. She said, "This whole shit took me out. So hard to watch. So sorry for Cassie and every other woman who is currently going through it or ever has gone through it. It's tough." Then she says, "Fuck out of here. Who? The irony. This is so triggering. I remember Joey throwing me down a flight of stairs, dragging me back into the house, and me having to talk him into letting me go." This was his ex-girlfriend, Joe Budden's ex-girlfriend, Tahiry. They were on Love and Hip Hop together. Then Joe Budden, in a rare occasion, he usually kind of ignores this. I think the last time he spoke about this was in 2020. But here we have him addressing it, and he said, he left a comment, but he said that the Shade Room restricted my comment for some strange reason. But here's my comment. He posted it on his story, IG story. He said, "Tahiry, you are lying. You're a failed gold digger that has abused, targeted, and manipulated many men. Outside of me, you lack an identity, which is why you've tried desperately to attach yourself to me for over 15 years. The last time I saw you, I purchased a mattress from you, and you were happy you made the sale. You were fine then." Then he says, there was that night after Starlet 6 years ago when you invited me inside of your new place. You were fine then too. You were on my body your entire last stint on Love and Hip Hop and tried your best to disrespect my son's mother in the process. I had to ask my producers to keep you away from us like the cancer you are. Yet you continue to slight my name online because ... it's your identity. I don't speak to you or about you because it's low vibrational. You're a low-level Dykeman con woman who's been lying about, you already know who, I guess, for ages. I pray you heal and move on one day. Hopefully this is our last exchange, ... Prayers to all real victims." Right? So people have been questioning this for years. I've questioned it for years because, I love Joe Budden, but I'm like, anyone that puts their hands on a woman of this at this nature, especially, which is throwing her down a flight of stairs, you're a piece of shit, right? But then her story, she always has done interviews. I've seen a lot of her interviews, but then there was like, when you look at the interview, some of them didn't align. Like she would say one thing in one interview, and another interview she would say something else. And then it was that famous video that went viral, right? She was on, it wasn't a Love and Hip Hop show, but something similar on VH1 where she was with the rapper Vado, and she threw like food at Vado. Yeah. And she was like throwing mad food at Vado, hitting Vado. But I think at one point Vado like grabbed her in another episode or did something like that nature, grabbed her or like got aggressive with her. And people were trying to cancel Vado at that time. But I will say that no one's out of the realm of possibility. Like there's no pass. Just because you're a fan of someone doesn't mean that they get a pass. But I will say that when it comes to Joe, it has been weird how there hasn't been any like actual like legal work, right? If I'm Tahiry, right? And from Joe's point, what I've seen in the past, it seems like they had a toxic relationship. And he spoke about it on the podcast, actually, where he said that they both had a toxic relationship. He's like, we both were very toxic, etc. So that leads me to believe that they both probably just hit each other. They both hit each other. They both were aggressive. And that's not okay either. Now, the question lies where people are like, hey, believe the victim. If he were to come out, let's say when she hit him, let's say she hit him first, and he were to come out that time and say that she hit him first, etc. This probably would be a different story. But we don't know that. We don't know who hit who first, etc. And at the same time, I come from the world of like, bro, girl hits you. Me personally, I'm taking it. I'm not going to hit a girl back. I know a lot of people think differently. Like, bro, I don't care if it's a girl. I'm going to hit her. God bless, bro. I don't roll like that. I'm not gonna hit a girl. I'm not gonna touch a girl. I'll grab her or push her away, but I'm not gonna be literally like punching a girl. And now she has a weapon. That's different. That's, you know, she's trying to kill me. Okay, that could be anyone. That could be a fucking squirrel. I'll kill a squirrel if a squirrel's trying to kill me. But if a girl's trying to punch me, I'm like, hey, you know, in the middle of an argument, dispute, you know, unless you're dating a WNBA player and she obviously has the upper hand on you, she's stronger than you. You know, that's also a different conversation. There's a lot of, what's it called, factors that can be played in here. But when it comes to Joe, yeah, this situation is weird, man, because Tahiry always has said these things. She kind of has backtracked it sometimes. There hasn't been like a clear point of just stating, you know, the facts or showing the proper evidence. There hasn't been. So it's a crazy thing. And it's like Joe, I feel like he needs to legally, if he truly is innocent, right, and never put his hands on her ever, you know, then try to find a way to legally just defend yourself with this, right? If she's the one that was abusive to you, bro, get her, do a lawsuit to her. But it seems like he won't, because I do think that he probably hit her. And he doesn't want to, like, truly admit it, especially in this time.
Because this is my thing. Back in, like, 2020, 2019, there was leaked audio with him and Sin Santana. And she said, I heard the audio, too. She literally said word for word, Joe, when you were drunk, you dragged me into your house. And he said, I didn't do that. She's like, you don't remember because you were drunk, but you did it.
Yeah.
And there was a whole back and forth on that phone call. Then Sin finally broke her silence, and she said, she didn't deny it or confirm it. She literally just said, we have a right to our privacy. This is my point. This is why this situation frustrates me, especially what Cassie's saying. She's feeding more fire into this situation.
Yeah.
What the hell did I do? I don't know what you just broke. God bless. You probably broke the flag.
Yeah, we're good.
When Cassie says you need to believe people when they speak their truth, am I supposed to believe Sin Santana on that phone call that she got dragged by Joe? And if I do, and like you just said, like if I do that, Joe probably won't, you know, do a lawsuit against anything that people are saying because it might be true. And
Yeah.
he just doesn't want to say it. My thing is this, bro. It's like the fact that these women never press charges.
Yeah.
The fact that they maintain relationships with him. Sin is still cool with him. At one point, him and Tahiry were cool. It shows me the complications of this situation with domestic violence. And it's like, there are times when a woman will put her hands on you, you'll let it go, and you'll move on, still be cool. Or then you may hit her, she'll move on, you'll be cool. I don't agree with any of that. I think it's all wrong. But to sit here and just say, if any victim comes out and accuses someone, we have to believe them.
Yeah.
That is like, I know these situations to be so complicated.
It's too scary.
Yeah, like that's such a dangerous thing to do, and you can't come back from that if someone, I'm not saying people are lying, but the situation isn't as black and white as it seems, because I grew up around domestic violence. The people whose household I was in were on both ends forms of domestic violence in different ways. So I can't sit here and just say, oh, well, I'm going to believe any victim. Like, I don't know, bro. That's a crazy slippery slope for me.
It's a crazy slippery slope, and we want to pray for all victims. And I also feel like the circumstances, like people, as much as people don't want to admit it online, whatever, God bless you all, right? You guys, like also last week, a lot of you guys lie. But I do think that people, like, situations matter, right?
Yeah.
For example, the video of Diddy, like Diddy is literally kicking Cassie's back in, like she's facing away, she's trying to leave, right? That is as blatant as, by definition of a domestic violence assault, abuse is. But let's say there's a video that comes out of Diddy and Cassie arguing, right? And she hits him. And then he hits her back, right? I guarantee the perception would be different on Diddy. 100%. The perception would be different. I think that video was so crazy. And on top of the video, I don't think people were just killing him because of the video. That's the only evidence we got so far. But people were already saying the no Diddy shit because of the freak-offs. They found him weird. They found him creepy, right? The whole videos with Justin Bieber, like him being around younger people, they found it weird. His image was already tainted. It wasn't just the abuse. Now the abuse gets tied into it. I think that's why people are really killing Diddy, right? But I do think there's instances of people coming back from abuse crimes. Prime example, Chris Brown. You know, one can argue, yes, he's still canceled in a lot of people's eyes, but Chris Brown is still here selling hundreds of thousands of records, breaking records, selling hundreds of thousands of tickets. He still is very relevant, right? His career is still here. He was celebrating his daughter's birthday, royalty, 10-year-old birthday over the weekend. Chris Brown is still around. Rihanna forgave him. They've moved on from it. It seems like they've had like a friendship behind the scenes. I think it was at the Super Bowl like 2 years ago. Like he was watching her perform and stuff and supporting her. That was their business to handle, right? But there is a side of people that no matter what, bro, are still going to hate Chris Brown just because of the fact that he did what he did. And it's on record. They have photo evidence. It's proven, right? So, and I can't blame people. I'm not going to you can't force nobody to, whatever. If they don't fuck with him because of that, they see him once a women abuser, always a women abuser in a lot of people's eyes. It is what it is. But I think circumstances matter. Specifically the Diddy one, that video is damn near as worse as it could get. Like the other level from that is death. Like he could have killed her. That's the next level there. Kicking her back in, she's on the ground, fetal position. So I think that specifically is the case. With Joe, it seems to be like, even if there was evidence, it's leaning towards like she was hitting him. That's what he keeps alluding to. So I think that's what the problem is. Not the problem, but the silver lining is for him and his career. Because then again, it hasn't affected his career as much. I do know that mentally it has been fucking with him this weekend, bro.
No,
Joe,
without a doubt.
Because
Yeah.
Joe was on Twitter Spaces.
Oh, for real?
Bro, like crazy. Like right after this apology that he posted and shit, he kept going. He was on 2 today. Like he kept making Twitter Spaces and hopping on Twitter Spaces. So I know his anxiety's probably through the roof, right? Because he's like, damn, motherfuckers want to question me, this and that, blah, blah, this and that. He keeps trying to defend himself, and he is defending himself, saying things. But I don't know. Will it ever be a Joe Budden documentary, like a Diddy one? I don't think so.
That'd be crazy.
I don't think so.
I don't think Joe is that type of person.
I don't think so. And I've seen him, like his podcast, the way he treats women, he seems very respectful. Obviously, one could have a past, so I wouldn't put it past nobody. I don't know him as a person. But it seems like, if women are still comfortable around him, then I don't know. I think that has to speak to his character, at least currently.
I'm not going by that. I'm sorry. Women are kind of dumb. Bro, there be women that I know
Get
that
stigmatized.
bro, they be hanging around people that are like exposed rapists and they don't care. So like,
Yeah.
I can't go by that women chill with you. This is my point. Like, as a society, we gotta have a real conversation about how to deal with domestic violence and sexual assault and stuff like that. Because how the fuck do we differentiate this shit, bro? Like, who we should be around? Who do we remove from the society? Who do we forgive? Like, this shit is so messy.
Especially because everything now, cancel culture's kind of died.
Yeah.
So I think that's another conversation people are not really having.
Because it's such a problematic standard. Like, the complete removal of someone just makes no sense.
Bro, for the first time ever, I've never, Drake has bots, Kendrick has bots, Kanye, we've dealt with bots. There was Diddy bots in my comments. I've never seen Diddy bots. There was Diddy bots. Saying like when with the clips, because the clips gained mad traction on Instagram of Diddy, every clip talking about Diddy, and they were like, saying like, you don't know what Cassie did too, like, and it's bots because it's like they have Diddy in their at name and they don't have any followers, like, so you could tell it's like a bot. I'm like, damn, is Diddy's PR team paying for bots, like trying to like clear his image or whatever? And they were just like playing devil's advocate and everything, like, you don't know him as a person. He's apologized. We gotta move on now. Like, bro, a bunch of accounts. I'm like, oh my God, what is going on? But that's also how some people might really feel in real life because of the fact that cancel culture, we've moved past it. And it's like, they might not see domestic violence as a issue when it comes to like a R. Kelly issue. It's not like dealing with minors, et cetera. He's not Jeffrey Epstein type of level. I genuinely feel like people, might give him a sort of like pass. Maybe not now, in the future, if this is all that we get, like he hit Cassie, he's apologetic. There's a joke that people are saying he's going to become like a father of a church. He's going to create his own church, Diddy, and then people are going to forgive him.
That'd be insane.
He found God.
I hope he.
crazy.
God damn. Put the flag down. God bless America, though.
At that point, you got to question, is that always going to be an excuse to forgive someone?
Yeah, that's true. Speaking of Diddy's, though, still to end the Diddy situation, 50 Cent has reportedly sold a multi-part. They're saying multi-part so far. Supposedly it might be 2-part documentary about Diddy to Netflix.
No, my.
There was a bidding war over the documentary,
He's hilarious.
which was produced over at Diddy's G-Unit Television Studios, the company that he has, G-Unit Production, with the multiple networks. They were disputing and trying to have a bidding war. All of them were streaming platforms, and they were attempting to land the series. So far, TMZ has a Diddy documentary. It's on Tubi, right? They posted the news of Diddy and of 50 Cent selling the documentary, TMZ, but they posted an old photo of Diddy when he was heavier, and Diddy didn't like that, and he called him out. He's like, "You guys are just trying to make me look fat because your Diddy documentary is on Tubi. You better update that photo, whatever." And they updated the photo. They updated the photo of the article.
That's what he's mad about.
That shit was hilarious, bro. I did
So
see that.
he's not mad about the fact that they have a documentary on him. He's mad because of the photo.
And they're saying that he might call it Diddy Do It. Like he jokingly has Diddy Do It. Like the title might be Diddy Do It. Bro, think about that though. Like imagine having such a huge vendetta and having such a big op. Like imagine like you hate someone so much to the point that at their major demise, right at the bottom. This is the worst Diddy's ever been, right? Rightfully so. He's fucking crazy. You take the advantage of that, and you're like, I have a production company, right? I have TV shows. I'm fucking 50 Cent. I do this TV thing. Let me do the fucking documentary of fucking Diddy. That's crazy.
I wonder how many victims he has. Like he's found. I would love to know. I want to know what his his whole process has been so far.
There's a rumor that because Mase said on the Cameron show, it is what it is. He said that he's not going to speak about this Diddy situation. He said, because if people want to hear what I got to say, wait for the documentary.
Oh,
coming
shit.
soon. And that was the morning before it was reported that Diddy sold the documentary. Bless you.
Thank
That
you.
50 Cent sold the documentary.
Yeah.
Bless you.
Thank you. He definitely got powerhouses up in there.
If Mase is in a Diddy documentary,
Yeah, it's over.
and 50 got like interviewing like old Bad Boy Records people, and then 50 Cent also reposted this. I'm gonna play it behind us. Then he deleted the repost, but him posting this made me believe that this might be the angle that he's going for this documentary. All right, he might not just be talking about him abusing people. He might be going from the angle of Diddy allegedly being homosexual, bisexual, and hiding it. You know, which he can if he wants to. You know, what he does in his own private house is his own business. We're not homophobic over here, but a lot of people are homophobic. You know, especially in the hip hop community, it's been a historically thing. So this is Josh Ostrovsky, the famous Instagram account, The Fat Jewish. Used to post a lot of memes. Used to go very viral. He did an interview. This is prior to the lawsuit, prior to the raid, prior to everything. But this interview clip has resurfaced and gone viral. This is by Not Skinny But Not Fat podcast, and this is a story that he has about Diddy. And this was the clip that 50 Cent reposted today and then deleted the repost. Who knows why he deleted it? But look at people in the comments. I'm here from Diddy's page. 50's page. My bad. I keep confusing them. Horrible people to confuse. You don't want to confuse them. Let me connect the Bluetooth real quick. That way people can hear. Listen to this. This is all allegedly, by the way. Allegedly. All right, can you hear more?
No.
Oh, I think it's the Siri. How about now?
For years,
Yeah.
because it's like now a documented thing that I saw him like at a party in Miami, and I took ecstasy, and I ended up wandering around. We're in some mansion on Star Island, and I guess it was his mansion. Walked in a room I shouldn't have walked into, and I saw him like hooking up with a dude. Basically, like full spooning situation. This guy, Felix the House Cat, who's like a producer, I then told the story on a podcast, and then his people called me and were like, "You need to say you were joking. Like, say you're a funny guy, and like you made it up for the views." And I was like, "But I did not. I saw it." And he saw me when I came in.
Were you like a little scared?
Yes, because everyone in the room like stopped because I opened the door and was like, "Is this the bathroom?" And everyone was like, "No, this is a room where like male celebrities hook up." And then he basically had people call me and like threaten me and like tell me that if I didn't take it back and say I was joking.
And you still didn't take it back?
Confused, no. And then I talked about it on Hot 97 and I told the story. And then afterwards he was like, I'm not going to run this interview because like Diddy's insane. And he blew up Kid Cudi's car. And
I
was
feel like you did that on purpose. Like you wanted to see what he'd do to you.
No, I wanted to get killed by Diddy.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
That's really gross. Like it's funny, but it's gross. You can't just out people like that. That's weirdo behavior.
So him saying this story is crazy.
Yeah, like that's none of your business to tell that story. Like if I walk in on two guys having sex, or two women having sex, like, or two people having sex, I'm not gonna go on a fucking interview and then tell the world about it. Like, get a fucking job, bro. Like, why are you outing people? Like,
Yeah, some people say in the comments, like, look at this comment right here. It says, obviously, F. Diddy, but I'm having trouble with people saying, acting like being gay or bi is the same as rape, beating, or why is it bad that Diddy was with men? Why is he taking it, and was he taking advantage of them? Blah, blah.
Why is that a story? And it's like when Isaiah Rashad's tape got leaked. He took that video consensually, but he didn't want that shit to get out.
Yeah.
And like everyone was freaking out about it. And it's like, bro, let that nigga do what he wants. Like, what is wrong with you people? Like,
Maybe that's why 50 Cent unreposted it. Because he probably felt like people thought like he was being homophobic, and he was like, I'm not actually being homophobic. Let me not do this. But, or maybe like, is he going from that angle? Is the Diddy documentary going to be very revealing to the point that we're going to get stories of people that have had sexual relations with him and they happen to be male?
yeah.
Right? I think this was like horrible to out someone like this. This is disgusting. But I think as an investigative journalist, as I am, to the best of my ability, I think this connects the dots with the freak-off party stories, because the freak-off party stories involved male counterparts. Now, it sounds like an impossible task if Diddy's not gay, doesn't like men at all. But then if we have a man saying that he witnessed Diddy have sex or trying to have sex with a man, hooking up with a man, then the freak-off parties become more probable, right? It's like, oh, if this guy's seen him in this room, and that whole story of like opening the door in a room. I feel like we heard a story like that recently too. Or maybe it was in the lawsuits. I think it was in the lawsuits.
I think it was in the lawsuits.
Like there was rooms like that in the parties. Like you open the door in like the room. Or
there was a comedian talking about it, I think.
Someone would have said it
Or one of
recently.
the security guards. You're right.
I think one of the security guards.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Gene Deal. I think Gene Deal said in an interview that there was a room where Ja Rule. Remember when Ja Rule and
Yeah, the
Diddy
Ja
were
Rule
like
story.
having like
Oh, yeah, that
a
he
party,
said.
whatever, and Ja Rule walked out in a towel.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh my god! So it's like, if Diddy wasn't graping these men, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, this comes off as like just clout chasing.
Yeah.
Comes out like, oh, let me use this to gain some type of relevance. I don't know who this guy is, so he could be relevant, but like, if I saw something like that, I'm not gonna talk about it.
Yeah.
Who am I, bro?
I think he spoke about it on the Hot 97. Maybe he didn't speak about it this level, you know. But then he said that the Hot 97 didn't even air that interview. So I don't know.
I don't know, because he said he first. My thing is like, going on an interview and that's the first thing you talk about is crazy to me.
Wild.
Like you just a chatty patty gossiper, but
that type of shit's gonna come out regardless.
yeah.
Because
No,
let's
I
say if we
understand.
walked in on Mike Tyson, like you'll tell me like, bro, I was at a party, Mike Tyson was getting sucked off by a dude, right? You won't say like homophobically, but we'll be like, what the fuck, that really was
Yeah.
happening? Or so enough people say that, like him, he probably was talking to a lot of people in person. It was gonna come out, right? But
Right.
going on an interview talking about it, it comes off like, what the hell, right? So, yeah, I don't know. This is I just think that this might be the angle that the Diddy documentary might be from. To be honest,
exposing him as being gay, as a
everything,
freaky
like
gay
they're
nigga.
gonna talk about. They might interview this guy again. He might be in a documentary now.
Yeah, because I think at this point, like when it comes to him being an abuser, we know it. That's yo. Because there's niggas arguing in the live stream chat. I'm reading everything. I promise you, without a doubt, unequivocally, Diddy is an abuser. Like we know that.
Yeah.
Ain't no one got to debate that shit, bro. There's
I
no
would find
women
it
lie.
hard. I would find it hard someone to debate it after that video.
Yo, he mollywopped his shit.
He was just playing with Cassie.
I don't care if Cassie.
Playing.
I don't care if she I don't care if she smacked him before that. I don't care if she threw a vase at him. I don't care if she hit that nigga with a guitar. That nigga pulled up like a truck, bro.
Yeah.
He flew down the hall, grabbed Shorty like a linebacker.
Yeah.
Like she was like, yo, he really like tossed her shit.
Bro, a lot of movement in that towel never came off.
There was no self-defense.
That tight ass towel, bro.
I've never been able to hold the towel that tight, bro.
Never.
mean,
that shit's always dropped.
That nigga had to have been on the greatest drugs possible.
He had that towel
have
taped to that
yeah,
body.
To have the strength to hold on to it while he was grabbing her
Bro.
by the other hand and just flipping her shit.
Bro.
I'm telling you,
Sat
bro.
down in a chair, threw the vase. The towel never came off.
Bro.
That's violence.
Never.
That's not
Bro.
you retaliating. No, that's violence. That's it.
Like nothing. No huevito popping out, nothing, bro.
Nothing, bro.
God bless,
Crazy.
man.
God bless his heart.
God bless. Moving on. There's a crazy story happening right now with Live Nation. That's right, Live Nation. Live Nation versus no wait. Ticketmaster.
Oh, this one's crazy.
Ticketmaster and Live Nation at the same time. I didn't know. I forgot it was at the same time. So the Justice Department, that's right, the Justice Department government is suing Ticketmaster and Live Nation. Right? This comes off of a month after they had the Live Nation had that $25 deal, summer concert sale. Oh my God, $25 for tickets. I had a feeling it was suspicious. I guess they've done it last year. They've kind of been doing it for a couple years. Gave me liquidation vibes. And it gave me like,
Me too.
these artists are not in agreement with this. Why would they be in agreement to sell all my tickets for below retail? How do you make money from a $25 ticket up close? Doesn't make any sense.
Unless they're getting advances.
Unless they're getting advances. That could only maybe make sense. But the lawsuit could potentially lead to the breakup of Live Nation Entertainment, a company that resulted from Ticketmaster's 2010 merger with concert promoter Live Nation. Right? Damn, I forgot that Live Nation and Ticketmaster are together at the same company. That's crazy.
That's like when Nike bought StockX.
That's insane.
That's when Nike bought StockX.
Holy shit.
It's the same way how you want to know who's the
Foot
biggest?
Locker, was it Foot Locker, Nike and Foot Locker?
I think so.
Or
Yeah.
some shit like that, no? Am I
Yeah.
bugging?
No, you're right. It's like Nike and Foot Locker, Nike and StockX. There's also something funny. It happens in every industry.
Or
You know-
Grailed and Foot Locker?
it
Some
might
shit like
have
that.
been Grailed, Yeah. You know who's the biggest investors in healthcare?
Girl blocked me.
Give a guess.
Who?
Sugar companies, McDonald's, all the fast food companies,
Damn.
because they know once you eat their food, you get sick. You're gonna have to buy healthcare.
It's that cycle.
Yep.
They create the cycle of they create the cause
And then they give
and they
you
got
the solution.
they got you the solution for the effect.
Same thing with Same with Ticketmaster Live Nation. You can't afford the Live Nation ticket. You can't get it in time. You go to Ticketmaster.
Bro, it's crazy.
It's a hustle.
Listen, man. I think the best hustle you can get into, bro, is, and I'm putting y'all on game. I'm putting y'all on game.
You got the secrets.
Listen, invest your money or open a. Why am I blanking out on the name? On a funeral home.
He's not even lying, bro.
Yeah, because people always die.
Giving y'all game.
There's a decline in what do they call them? Taxitologists? I don't know what they call them.
The people that handle the dead and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
When you stuff the bodies?
Yeah, those people that deal with the funeral stuff. Bro, it's a dying art. People aren't going to school for that shit no more.
So they're just burning ashes now?
Invest.
You can get. You still need to. No, for you to get cremated, you still have to be viewed by by someone.
So
Unless you don't want to.
the Justice Department on Thursday accused Live Nation of engaging in a slew of practices that have allowed it to maintain a stronghold over the live music scene. They accused it of of using long-term contracts to keep venues from choosing rival ticketers, blocking venues from using multiple ticket sellers, and threatening venues that they could lose money and fans if they don't choose Ticketmaster. So basically forcing the actual artists that are on Live Nation, you're doing our concerts through us, you have to sell on Ticketmaster. Like, that's the app only, right? And I think it leads to Taylor Swift, because there was a huge uproar during the Taylor Swift Eras concert of 2022 until 2023, a couple years ago, 2 years ago, that resulted in a bunch of Swifties. They encountered a problem when they were trying to buy tickets through Ticketmaster to the Pop Stars Eras Tour. And that was the thing that shined a light on the cracks in the U.S. ticketing system, because the fans were so outraged, calling, sending so many emails that the government had to pay attention. And then Taylor Swift made a call. Remember, she met with the government and everything, you know. And this is the same woman that had Twitter delete the AI photo of her from online, like vanished, like no one could find that photo no more because it's Taylor Swift, like she has that power, right? State Attorney Generals, 30 of whom joined the Justice Department's lawsuit, started probing Ticketmaster after the Taylor Swift situation happened, right? So thanks to Taylor Swift, we might actually now get an actual solution to the actual scam that's happening with Live Nation, Ticketmaster, and just in general with ticketing from these companies. We got to thank Taylor Swift. You know, so she's a legend for that no matter what. The widespread social media outcry even led to the Senate hearing that they had. They had a whole Senate hearing for this and everything. Ticket prices gone up for multiple reasons since the COVID pandemic. There was an actual surge that happened and a demand after that. Live Nation reported last month that the worldwide ticket sales for the top 100 tours in 2023 jumped 46% with the previous year in comparison. Damn. Bringing in $9.17 billion in sales last year for tickets. Attendance at the Live Nation produced events jumped 20% to a staggering $145 million, 145 million people last year. According to the trade publication Polestar, the average ticket price went from the 100 top tours in 2023, which was $122 average price, and that was 17% higher than the year before and 31% increase compared to the average ticket price in 2018. And I believe this because remember when the Bad Bunny tickets dropped? The retail on that shit was crazy, bro.
Ridiculous, bro.
Bro, there was Bad Bunny tickets that dropped.
I remember like 10K.
No, not even that. That was probably resale, maybe VIP. But I'm talking about just regular ticket prices where you were able to get 4 years ago Bad Bunny tickets at retail in the bleachers, probably like $75, $80. Those same bleacher tickets were like $150, and it's like
on Live Nation's website
on Ticketmaster, regular retail price, not resale. So it was crazy. So that's why.
Let's not talk about the fees.
Now that's without fees, and that's why.
And I know it's true because
I thought Ticketmaster was
bought
the resale.
No, you can resell on there.
You can route. Yeah.
Oh, that's what it is.
But you can only resell Ticketmaster tickets on Ticketmaster.
Okay, that's what it is. Okay.
Like you can't resell ticket unless you buy
That's why I
them
was
physically.
confused.
You know, they don't let you do that. Like it's like
Okay.
or you can sell them on eBay and shit. But like you can't use a ticket resale app if
what
you're buying Ticketmaster tickets. You can only use them, and it's called verified resale. It's a scam because they charge you when you do that. Right? They take a huge percentage. They don't take as much as StubHub, etc. They take more,
and they fee it again.
and they fee you at your ass again. And when you buy them, they fee your ass again too. So they're eating. Think about it. They eat when they get the contract from the artist, etc. Boom. That's one time that they eat from fees for that. So it's like, oh, even if you don't sell tickets, we get our money.
They eat when
they sell the
purchased
tickets.
the first time.
Then they eat when
When it's resold.
When it's resold, right? When you sell it, when you list it to sell, then they eat when you buy them from the reseller. This is a quadruple
There's another layer.
loophole of money.
It's crazy, bro.
No, there's another layer. My boy told me this last Friday. They have agreements with these venues. They own some of these venues.
I believe it.
They better.
There was an artist having a whole. I forgot who it was. It was like it was a rapper. I think it might have been JID. He was talking about how like, bro, in an interview, these niggas make so much money off selling the fucking shit at the stadium, like hot dogs, water, because it's all fucking racked out the ass.
Yeah.
They're making like millions, bro, off that shit.
Parking.
And they
The
benefit
artists don't
off of
see a
it.
dollar from that. The
Yeah.
artists don't see a dollar from the parking lot, none of that shit.
So can
None of
we
it.
ask, why don't artists just sell tickets themselves?
That's what a lot of them have been doing. That's why you see these festivals popping up, like the Tyler Creator Fest. These people are doing their own events and stuff because they're trying to separate from Live Nation. The thing is that Live Nation has a chokehold.
It's
Live
monopoly.
Nation, I've heard rumors from sources in the past, people that actually work in music festivals, etc., do their own festivals, own parties, that there's like a actual, like if you work with Live Nation, like if you have a Live Nation event, like within the radius of that event and within a time frame, like you can't do another event. Like it's like a what's it called? Like a not a chokehold. What's like a term for that? Like you're not allowed. Like they have it's like a permission thing. Like you're not granted access to
With the government?
not with the government, but like another venue, like not another venue, but like another festival can't happen. Like if Live Nation had an event here and you're an artist that already had a thing here, that's why a lot of artists sometimes like they'll have their concerts or whatever, but they might not be even able to do a certain festival, right? That's why some artists sometimes why hasn't so and so done a festival or done this festival, blah blah. It's probably because they're a Live Nation artist. They have a Live Nation tour contract, so Live Nation doesn't permit you to do. It has to be Live Nation events only, and that's in the
different.
contract.
Okay, I'm thinking, because to do a festival, you have to get permits from the government. I'm thinking,
Yeah.
wait, the government's blocking these things? Okay, so basically there's a clause in there that says
That's a term.
Yeah, that you have, because it's the same way how it's called a what's competition?
Non-compete.
The
Non-compete clause.
Yeah, that's what it is. So they have non-compete
Big
clause.
boy terms. Big boy words.
They do it for even when you work as a worker. If you try to find a new job, you might have a non-compete clause that doesn't allow you to search for new work until you quit your current job. It's ridiculous. So I can imagine Live Nation has that, but why the fuck do they have to sign a contract with Live Nation?
Bro, these artists are way too big to be doing it. Bro, just do your shit your own.
I don't understand. No, but I don't
You
understand.
guys,
So to
you
perform,
guys
you
can
need to
easily
sign-
just kill that shit off so easily.
But this is my question.
Because the thing, they have a hold. They're the market.
So wait,
Who
you
else
have to,
competes with Live Nation?
you have to sell your rights to perform to them to be able to perform in their venues, and under their system.
That's what it seems like. Yeah.
You know how insane that is.
There was a clip I'll play real quick of John Bellion. He was on the George Janko podcast. I tweeted the clip today, and he basically spoke about what we're talking about right now.
And Mar, I
I got
get
to
where
a
you're
place in
coming
my
from.
career,
It is
we
hard
sold
though
out
to have an
10,000
event because you got to promote it. You got to have the capital to like have the event.
Bro, these big artists can do it.
The big artists, yeah, but the small ones got to sell their souls.
Rolling Loud
Oh,
is
yeah.
trying to make their mark with that because Rolling Loud is throwing people's tours now. They're trying to like have people's tours because they
The
know
police.
they know what they're doing. But then yeah, that's the thing. They have a reputation of cops always being at their events, etc. But Rolling Loud is trying to do that. And I believe obviously they have no ties to Live Nation. So there's other smaller independent people like a Rolling Loud trying to do that. But Live Nation is the big kahuna. Here's John Bellion exposing Live Nation.
I got to a place in my career, we sold out 10,000 people at Jones Beach. I mean, it was like the height of everything for me, and it was right around the time I figured out how my Live Nation contract worked. And it was right around the time I figured out how my record deal actually worked.
And how did that make you feel?
It was like panic attacks. It was like, oh my gosh, if A plus B equals C, I'm never gonna pay this back. I'm gonna be on the road 11 months a year just trying to pay back. Live Nation, they're getting everybody coming 12 ways, 12 times a Tuesday.
Are you with Live Nation?
No, I paid myself out of the deal. And then I had to pay 25% extra on what they advanced me. When you figure that out on the road and you're thinking,
Wow.
man, why did we buy 300 rolls of toilet paper? Why do we have to spend this much on catering every day? Wait a second, what? In my contract it says,
Because it's not their money, it's
you gotta
yours.
spend this much on catering and it comes out of my pocket?
Yeah.
But then I have to pay an advance back? And by the way, the advance that you have to give me is only on hard ticket sales. So the concept's called peanuts, parking, and alcohol. When I sell out 10,000 people at Jones Beach, the person who buys a $20 hot dog, I don't see a dime of that. The person who buys $40 for parking, I don't see a dime of that. And the person who buys $20 vodka and Red Bull, I don't see a dime of that. And then you advance me $1 million and tell me I'm rich to then find out that you're making $4 million a night. It takes me 36 shows to pay back the $1 million you advance me.
It's a loan.
It's a fake loan.
It's a fake loan that it's like, we're going to give you a loan so you can make our money off of your creation.
And then it hit me, oh my gosh, they own all the venues. It's a monopoly. So then now they just want my body in this room so they can sell food and alcohol. So then they're gonna make tons of money. And then they got me like schlepping around the United States talking about, I wanna be famous. So when you figure that out, Joe Schmo pays $20 for a hot dog and I don't see that. And if I'm only making my advance back on hard ticket sales, that means I have to sell out every single venue in order to not go in the red because I'm only paying my advance back on hard ticket sales. And by the way, they reserve the right in the contract to put the tickets on sale. So when it's $100 a ticket and they do their summer blowout sale, the tickets are only $10. So instead of me paying back $90 a ticket, right before
they
I
just
go
want
on
bodies
tour,
in the door.
they drop a John Bellion sale and the tickets are only $10.
What a bunch of scammers.
Bro, it's just crazy.
Yo.
Live Nation,
But wait,
they're really the devil.
I'm confused. Because what you're telling me is you don't make money off streaming. The only money you make is merch and touring. But Live Nation has trapped you in another version of a 360 contract. My nigga, how the fuck do these artists have money?
Bro, this is why a lot of times, like artists, we get mad. Like, why don't they come to Providence? Why don't they go to certain cities? Why don't they never perform there? Sometimes they just can't legally. That's what it really be. You know, if you look up the stats, let's just see. I'm gonna look up right now how many people, like how many. Let's see, like how many venues does Live Nation own? For example,
I wonder how bad Drake's Live Nation contract is. I wonder how bad Kendrick's is.
out of the depth. Oh, it was an article. The depth of Live Nation's dominance. Krista Brown, 2023. Shout out to Krista Brown. This is pretty cool.
You gotta love American capitalism.
So she's saying that in 2010, touring made up 82% of the artist's income. By 2022, it's now made up roughly 95% of the artist's income. Wow. That's how important touring is. Live Nation / Ticketmaster is the largest entertainment company in the world, dominating every corner of the live events and more specifically live music industries. Let me see. There's a part where she highlights the specifics here. All right, where she says, out of 88, 56 of them are operated by Live Nation, which means that Live Nation operates at the majority of 64% of the top grossing amphitheaters in the United States, which with control over these theaters, Live Nation is able to leverage that power to dominate ticketing and other segments in the industry. Holy shit. According to Pollstar's 2022 venue data, the 88 of the top 10 amphitheaters are located in the United States. Bro, this is crazy. This is really crazy. Wait, what is going on? Please retweet this based on what you were discussing.
How many of the theaters do they own? Did it say again?
So wait, so my bad. Someone's tweeting me. They're watching the live stream. They're tweeting me. Shout out to you, bro. But he's telling me to retweet the John Billion. We're talking about the John Billion thing right now. We're talking about right now, and I don't gotta retweet it. I posted it earlier. I posted it earlier on Twitter. I posted it 4 hours ago. But yeah, 64% of the top grossing amphitheaters in the United States they own. Majority, 64.
No, it's a monopoly. This is legally a monopoly.
10% is a lot. 10% of the theaters is a lot. 64% is like overkill. So it's like the government's not being involved. They might shut this whole shit down.
They do what they did with Microsoft. No, they didn't do it with Microsoft. They did it with IBM, I think it was. The antitrust law. So they would split apart the company. It's what happened in Rhode Island with National Grid when they broke it apart into 6 companies.
But the thing is, if they do that, the music industry is going to suffer because there's going to be a moment of confusion. What's going to happen with these tours? What's going to happen with these contracts? What's going to happen, right? Someone's going to have to save them, right? And then guess who's going to rise? The independent artists, the independent venues, the independence is going back to where it should be, the independence route, right? People are tired of like getting scammed, et cetera, blah, blah, blah. People are questioning everything. Now, when it comes to ticketing and touring, the truth is being revealed. The truth is properly being revealed. And it took the Swifties to clamor up for people to actually take it seriously. But
my only fear is
this is craziness.
There's another route that stuff like this takes. Because legally, you can't stop this no matter how hard you try. There's no laws for this. It's what happens with cell phone companies, internet providers. I think every major industry in the United States has this problem. Instead of a monopoly, like Google's a monopoly.
Yeah.
Twitter's technically a monopoly. Instagram's technically a monopoly. Well, Meta. But if you look at Verizon, if you look at AT&T, stuff like that. If you go to like when you go to the grocery store, Kraft and stuff like that, we call it an oligopoly. An oligopoly is when 2 to 3 or 4 people own majority of market share. And they purposely they don't come together. Well, there's been rumors and there've been reports that they do come together and they set prices. But they kind of agree to never go above certain prices to fuck up their profit margins. My fear is if Live Nation is forced to split apart, instead of dealing with one Live Nation, you're dealing with 4 now. And that has happened before.
Yeah.
They would split a monopoly and then 4 powerhouses would just come together and buy the market share out, the majority of it. And now you have this situation where they're artificially keeping prices at a certain level. So it's never going to go up or down. They're going to keep it there because that's the best for profit. And we saw it with the whole thing. Remember back in 2018, 17, when niggas is like, we can't sell the internet away. We can't sell our rights away. Remember that whole thing with the FCC nigga?
Yeah.
It was this whole thing. It was about the internet. It was
the .com stuff? .com era?
It was no. It was the rights, basically the cell towers and the ability to have cell towers.
Yeah.
They were trying to change the laws around it. And everyone's like, oh, we got to stop this. They're going to fuck up the whole situation. Bro, these companies, the reason why AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile, it's the same price is because they agreed on that. With the service they give, they agreed on that price as a group to give to the consumer.
Yeah.
So my fear is this. Yeah, maybe we're getting drastically fucked because there's one person. Now, if you split it apart and it's 4 people now, then those 4 people can just say, oh, instead of you paying $200 to see Bad Bunny, it's $150.
Yeah.
And there's nothing we can do about it because now the 4 competitors have all agreed we're going to keep it here because we're still gonna make profit. None of y'all are gonna run away from us because there's nowhere else to go. We own majority of the market share.
Especially because I feel like after the pandemic, people were dying to get out, right? People were dying. Let's go to concerts. I was saying, like, first concert, first festival, I'm there, blah, 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 like that energy, right? So they took advantage of that. Like, people feel that way, blah, blah.
Of course.
Right? But then we have these club promoters saying that the night scene's dying, right? Club life's dying. These venues, people are not selling out their tickets. You have to be of a Nicki Minaj status to sell out tickets, right? I think it's because everything's aligned. So even by their own structure of the demise, they're trying to be selfish, but it's backfiring on them, you know. And now we have Connecticut Attorney General William Tong. He tried to get Taylor Swift tickets for his kids, but he ran into trouble like many Americans did during the Eras tour. He joined 29 other states, D.C., and the Justice Department in an antitrust lawsuit against Live Nation Entertainment, accusing the world's largest concert promoter and ticketing company of running an illegal monopoly and calling to break up its merger with Ticketmaster. Here's a clip.
Service fees, convenience fees, payment processing fees, facility fees, handling fees, shipping fees, ticketing fees. Just pay us because we told you fees. That is the price we pay for their control. So from the venue, right, to the promotion, to the ticketing, to the sales, to customers, they control everything. What ends up happening for all of us is we have no choice. We have no effective consumer choice.
This is crazy and this is scary. And we as fans of music, anyone that's a fan of music, if you listen to music, you enjoy what's going on, you have to, and even if you're a creator, especially if you're a creator and you're an artist yourself, you need to pay attention to what's happening with Ticketmaster and Live Nation. They are an actual monopoly right before our eyes. They're actually the devil in business form. Literally the devil in business form right before our fucking eyes, right? And it's like now we have these people, the government coming together, people of the, actual state representatives coming together, and it might be the end of Live Nation. Listen, I'll be here clapping along if it is. So, there we have it with that. Other news story, Lil Yachty said last year in an interview with Lucky, the rapper, that he was about 10 months sober from lean, right? Because he was on lean. He was on that walk to Poland, right? And there was a moment where Yachty gained weight, and he said it was because of the lean. And then now there's been like a moment of Lil Yachty losing weight visibly, and he said it was because he was sober, quitting the lean, right? But now recently, in the past 2 months, in interviews, photos, there's been scenes of Yachty looking like he's gaining weight. And then now, in a new music video he filmed that seems to be on tour, he's seen sipping lean again. And he's rapping about sipping lean again, right? So people are online, thousands of comments, calling him out because they don't like the fact that in 2024 he's even promoting lean, right? So here's the clip. So you see the lean, the Fanta, double cupped up.
Shit that didn't happen. Chrome Hearts brother like
Make sure I don't want to get copyrighted. Right here. I want to get the lyrics about the walk. The walk.
Pull walk, pull line testing. Name bad bitch, I ain't busting. Yeah.
Pull walk, pull tussing. Name bad bitch, I ain't busting. And he got the lean. He's doing his thing. Best rapper alive according to Marloon.
Wow, Marlon, that's how you feel?
The disrespect is crazy, bro.
We kind of get the gist, right? And for context, let me play the clip as well for those who think I'm lying.
You think you'd ever stop with lean?
Yeah.
Probably. I thought I'd never stop popping pills. I stopped popping pills. But lean, though, pills don't taste good. Lean tastes good.
No, that shit tastes too good.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's further in life.
I'm 10 months clean.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like 8 months clean off pills.
So I think it sucks, though, that idea of like, some people were like, oh, in the comments, like, oh,
niggas be lying.
They were like, oh, niggas lie, right? They're gonna do what they're gonna do. And also like, well, it's fake lean. How do you know it's real lean? It's a prop for the video. Bro, shut the fuck up. Why would you even do that? That's worse. I'd rather you really, really be a real drug addict than be a fake drug addict. What if I just came in here with a fake heroin needle and like for aesthetics? Like what? What's the aesthetics of? Come on, bro. And like he admitted to it being a problem to the point that he had to be sober. And if you have to be sober from something, it's because you have an addiction issue with it. Now he's back on it, right? It is weird. And for me, right, I wasn't the biggest Lil Yachty fan musically years ago. Now I am a big Lil Yachty fan musically, but as a person, I've always followed his career. So I remember when Lil Yachty first came in the scene, one thing that captivated me and a lot of the younger audience was that Lil Yachty was straight edge. He was one of the only straight edge rappers. The young rappers from that XXL freshman list, straight edge, loved eating pizza. He was such like a kid, right? He loved eating pizza. That was his thing. And it was always like, he's like, I don't do drugs. I don't drink. I don't do nothing. Very straight edge. Now we have him years later, almost what like, how long ago was that now? That was 2018?
10 years, 8 years.
That was like 8 years, almost a decade later in his career. We have him doing lean.
Still sounding like shit.
You know, because rapping about lean is one thing, right? The vibe, the aesthetic. Walk to Poland. Hit song, dope song. I like the song, how it sounds is dope. But then if you pay attention to the lyric, he's obviously talking about walk. He's talking about fucking lean, right? But then there's also another crowd that always says, I love the lean Weezy. We need lean Weezy back, right? We need lean Weezy back. So there's people that don't give a fuck. Like, you could be a drug addict if you want. As long as I get my art, I don't give a fuck. As my art's dope, you can do all the drugs in the world. I don't care.
Probably because they're drug addicts too.
Exactly. Because those same people, now we have a photo of Skip Bayless who went over to Lil Wayne's house over the weekend. They were hanging out for 3 hours, according to Skip Bayless. And people are clowning Wayne. Like, oh my God, Wayne looks like he was a drug addict. Like, thank God he's off the lean now. Oh, now it's thank God he's off the lean. But you motherfuckers were over here, oh my God, lean Wayne is classic. We need him back. He's like, you can never satisfy everyone.
I was quoting that video when he drops it. Oh my God, man.
And I promise we're not bullying you over here, Yachty, because I feel like 2 weeks talking about Yachty in a row, if he sees it, he's going to be like, oh, those motherfuckers hate me.
I am.
Nigga, the fans been on his ass.
I am.
Listen, it's just facts. And I feel I don't know what's wrong with him. Like last week, the interview shit. Now this week, you're going viral because like you're promoting lean. Like, what's up with this nigga? Like, this nigga not reading the room? Like, it's like I know he likes dropping music, he likes promoting and snippeting and shit, and he's a content pusher. But then this time around with this is like,
could it be because of the new people he has around him?
It could be. It could be very much so. We don't know. Is Caribou a lean addict?
This nigga's insane.
Is Caribou the plug? Is Caribou selling the walk in Atlanta? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't know. I just don't like that shit. I never have. Every time, on this channel when we reacted to like Juice WRLD, etc., before he passed away, whenever they would rap about the shit that they saying, we would be like, hey, wait a minute. The song's a vibe. You get jiggy with this shit. It's just dope. But hold up. This nigga said he wants to sip lean until he overdoses. Hold up. And it's like, fast forward, now we have Juice WRLD dead. Rest in peace. So people don't pay attention until it's too late. So that's just, I just want to, Yachty, if you're watching or listening, get help. Get help. You clearly have an issue. When you said that you were sober and then now you're back on it, it's what's it called? Relapse? You relapsed into your lean addiction.
Yeah.
Right? The tuss, the walk, whatever niggas want to call it, it's fucking liquid heroin. And that's it. That is what it is. There's no sense of like that shit being cool, whatever, And it's 2024. I thought niggas was like, I know niggas still do the lean, but I thought that shit was like at the end of his phase. We bringing lean back now?
Addiction's forever, my brother.
Yeah, that's true.
That's just what it is. That's why I ain't got nothing to say, bro. Addiction's forever. Not for individual people, but it's always going to exist. There's nothing you can do about it. Addiction is for the rest of our lives. You just have to, get that nigga some help.
Remember there was Drake? I think I tweeted about that too. You guys remember Drake was on the lean?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, niggas was torching your shit saying it wasn't real too.
They said there was like a syrup, right?
Yeah, it was a purple syrup. That's what they said.
I was in that video with the TikToker guy, right? Or he was doing the TikToker guy's challenge, and he had like lean in it. Yeah, you guys get the gist. We don't gotta pull it up. But yeah, Yachty, stay off the lean. in my Stephen A. impression, get off the lean, Yachty. Get some help. It's okay to actually need help. Let's not just make it aesthetic and keep it going until it gets too late. Trump, over the weekend, this is right now, the campaigns are happening. Trump and Biden are running for president, right? Also, RFK Jr. We might have Robert F. K. Jr. on the podcast. His vice president reached out. His running mate reached out. So we might get the running mate and maybe him as well.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
No way.
I sent it to you. You see it?
Look how horny he got, bro.
When did you send me that?
I sent it to the group chat.
Nah, hold on, bro.
Yeah, they reached out.
Hold on, bro. I'm horny.
But my only thing was I'm in communication with them now. They were like, oh, maybe virtually. I'm like, no, we're not doing it virtually.
Not doing it virtually.
And they said the same thing. They were like, oh no, yeah, let's not do it virtually. We're gonna get this going, blah blah.
This shit will blow up.
Let me know when that happens, bro. That shit,
even if it's the running mate,
gonna be a snooze fest.
I think it's a black woman too that's his running mate.
I believe so. Yeah.
She's independent too, like him, obviously. But the campaigns are going right now, right? So, Politics 101, pandering. Pandering is gonna happen because pandering is what needs to happen for these people to, in other words, lack of better terms, sell tickets, right? Sell tickets. You're going to sell tickets. So they need people to vote for them. So we have Trump pandering in New York with 2 criminally charged rappers. And also, isn't he also, and Trump also on criminal charges as well, facing criminal charges.
Yeah.
And we have Sheff G and Sleepy Hollow. Sheff G and Sleepy Hollow. They come on stage and they endorse Trump. They say, make America great again. They say that he's going to shout out the wins for the people. And they have every right to support Trump if they want to support Trump. And to be honest, it makes sense for them if they have these charges because Trump is famous for the, what's it called when you drop charges, when he was doing that? Not indicting. Pardoning. Mm-hmm. He's Mr. Pardon. He gives people pardon. He gave Lil Wayne the pardon, gave Kodak Black the pardon, right? So he's giving these rappers a pardon. They probably want their pardons. They want maybe even the records cleared.
No, that's the only reason why I think he did that.
Yeah, you gotta think about it, and Trump is gonna align with the ideals of people right now who are tired of Biden. They believe that if they get with Trump, he was very business minded beforehand, right? So they obviously that's what he's pushing out. We're gonna be business minded again, to the point that he said, what did he say about the Bitcoin? He said something about crazy about Bitcoin. I was like, damn.
It was like recent, right?
Yeah, it was yesterday.
Yeah, because something been going on with Caitlyn Jenner.
He said, I will ensure that the future of Bitcoin and crypto will remain in the USA, and I will support the right to self-custody, and I will keep Elizabeth Warren and her goons away from your Bitcoin. I will never allow the creation of a central bank digital currency.
Yes, Twitter talking points.
Yeah, so he's trying to get the Bitcoin crypto community, right? He's trying to get the black community to the best of his ability. He's viral dancing, right? So far, he's gathered way more attention than Biden has. The only attention Biden has gathered the most during this campaign was about 2 weeks ago when he was like, I'm going to accept the debate with Trump. I challenged Trump to the debate. And then right away, Trump accepted it. Yeah, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? What you want? Let's debate. Nigga, what the fuck you want me to do? Here, let's do it. It's going to get crazy. This is only getting started. The summer's not really officially even started yet. And they have to vote we have to vote in September? November? Yeah, we got a lot of time left. So this is about to get crazy. But that clip went viral and it was hilarious. I'll play it real quick as well. Sheff G and Sleepy Hollow. And that's such a deep cut too, because like you can easily get like let's say Ice Spice, like the popular drill rappers, popular New York rappers, right?
They probably said no.
These people basically are the people that pioneered the drill, the New York drill scene.
Yeah, no, these
like prior, like a bit prior to Pop Smoke, these are the pioneers of the New York drill.
2017, 2010, these are the founding fathers.
Yeah, the founding fathers, Sheff G and Sleepy Hollow.
President Trump, oh man.
It was good Trump, oh man.
One thing I want to say.
He's trolling, man. Look at this. He didn't even got them.
One thing I want to say. They always gonna whisper your accomplishments and shout your failures. Trump gonna shout the wins for all of us.
Antics.
Make America great again.
Yeah, that's such troll, at them laughing too.
Yo, no, this shit had me dead. The way he said their name, look at this.
Here as well as rapper Sheff G. Does everybody know Sheff?
Where
is Sheff G?
Chef G.
Where is he?
Where is he?
Come on up, fellas. Rapper Sleepy Hallow.
Sleepy Hallow. Rapper Sleepy Hallow.
There's such trolls for that.
Yo, these niggas ain't even top charting artists.
Uh-oh.
This is like he knows what he's doing. Like whoever's on his team,
They know
this time
culture.
around they're not fucking around.
Yeah. My thing is
Oh
this.
my god.
This is where I get really frustrated with the American people. I really get mad at niggas, bro, because there's been this giant push of him like.
Thing I want to say.
My bad.
It's fine. Playing into the whole like Biden is genocide Biden.
Yeah.
The whole rally thing was like genocide Biden, genocide Biden. He keeps doing it too. Recently too, he keeps saying like, Joe wants to give up America to Israel. Bro, you gotta love this lying ass nigga. Like you have to love him as a person because he's such a manipulative, horrible human being. It's like, bro, the person who made Jerusalem the capital of Israel was Trump. He fully supported Netanyahu. The reason Osama bin Laden went along with 9/11 was because of the fact that the United States wanted to make Jerusalem the capital of Israel. That was one of the reasons why he did it. So for Trump to have done it, that was such a monumental moment in United States history, world history. It was him signaling Israel is staying there and it's not moving. So for this nigga to turn around and be like, genocide Biden! I'm like, yo, this niggas is eating it up!
It's elite pandering. Elite pandering. Look at today. The Biden campaign posted a video of audio of Donald Trump calling our troops suckers and losers. Nah, they're playing dirty, bro. Look at this.
Oh, nah, these niggas going to war.
Why should I go to the cemetery? It's filled with losers. Suckers. Oh, they're just putting quotes? Where's the audio? I don't hear nothing. The guy is smart. Why did he join the military? Donald Trump.
Oh, it's just trash.
What is this bullshit? I don't get it.
I thought it was gonna actually be audio.
Yeah, what was in it? What was in it for them? Donald Trump to the father of a fallen soldier. We're not going to support that loser's funeral on Senator John McCain. Oh,
He's not a war hero. He's a war hero because he was captured. I like people that weren't captured, okay? I hate to tell you.
if you don't respect our troops, you can't lead them. Yo, they're playing dirty games, man. This is gonna be a mudslinging fest.
Nobody cares.
My God.
That's what's always frustrated me about this debate about what Trump says. Bro, Trump was on stage making fun of a journalist who had special needs. He went,
yeah,
and no one cared. Like, no one. They still voted for him. They laughed. They found that shit mad funny.
Sounds like the world's on the outside.
You know, for real.
What, it's raining?
Training.
Something's going on. But yeah, Noel's right. This is just like another case of Trump being Trump, and people like that shit. Yeah. You know, it's entertaining. People want to be entertained. That's what people care about, being entertained right now. The economy's in the shithole, and people hate Biden, like, to the peak levels. So if they want, like, I don't want to predict nothing until we get closer to the campaign, even though I kind of have in the past, but nah, this shit is crazy. Moving on real quick. What else we have right here? We have over the weekend, as the title of the live stream says, Drake and J. Cole dropped new verses, right? So after the Drake and Kendrick Lamar beef has now ended, the first Drake verse and the first J. Cole verse after the beef have both been criticized online. They've been made fun of completely, right? We can start, I guess, in the order.
Start with the best one.
We can start in the order of the release, right? Because the first one that was rumored and then previewed, top of the month was previewed. There was a clip in the strip club, was the J. Cole one. Right, so J. Cole has this song with Cash Cobain. He hops on the Cash Cobain sexy drill sound that I love out of New York. The hottest sound, the hottest artist, Cash Cobain. He's the producer as well. He has a song called Dunk Contest. The remix is with J. Cole. They call it Grippy. Renamed it. And J. Cole's on it. And J. Cole's rapping about a girl's vagina gripping. Being very grippy. Grippy. And that's the nickname he gives to the girl. Grippy. 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 I am in the first tab, and I'm in the 50. I'm gonna send your kids to Disney. I'm gonna send you a little extra money. Make sure they meet Mickey.
You're lying. That's how it goes?
That shit was kind of hard, bro.
It's not how it went at all. This nigga did some.
Okay.
No.
He did say that nigga at the end.
Nah, I didn't say that shit.
You didn't like that. You know, that's a good line. You don't want to accept
I'm
it.
gonna look up the lyrics.
He
right
said
now.
at the end, nigga,
'Cause
I'm
all
gonna send your kids to Disney. Then he was like, I'm gonna send you extra money. I'm gonna make sure they meet Mickey.
Nigga,
That's hard.
This nigga sound like Asian porn. Like that weird TikTok, like what is that shit called? NPC shit. What's her name?
I think I have the
Please,
the
you gotta play
TikTok.
it. That shit is hilarious.
Do I have the TikTok?
That girl is mad funny for that, bro. Because that's what it gave off.
I think I'm gonna send it to the laptop. I have the TikTok.
Okay, so he starts it off.
He sounds like a dork.
Yeah,
very
he
much
sounds
does
off the
sound like a
song.
dork.
She like my kick game, and when you with me, you don't kick game. What's going on?
Yeah, let's do a lyrical breakdown.
I put her in
please.
front row at the Nick game. Now she in my phone with the nickname. It's Grippy. Grippy. I call her that because it's Grippy. Damn, bro.
The pussy's grippy, bro.
This
No.
man's a genius.
This is
The
lyrical
pussy's
genius.
grippy.
She thick in the hips. She a hippie.
Oof.
And
What?
she thick in the lips. She gonna lick me.
Ooh, like a
And she
lollipop.
sending a flick when she hit me with a kissy emoji. She missed me.
She missed me.
When she see me, she said she don't. She said she gonna strip me.
Oh my god.
She gonna chew on this stick like it's
Wrigley's.
Oh, that's gum. That's gum.
Bars, nigga. Bars,
That
nigga.
shit
Talk
was-
that shit, Cole.
Believe it or not, like Ripley's.
Ooh, I love that show.
She said she was gay. She said she was gay until I slayed. Now
That was
she's
crazy.
strictly dickly.
Nigga turning lesbians. He's making lesbians. Last that was the last project that nigga said some shit about transgenders. Now
Yeah.
he's so homophobic. He's making the homos straight.
Nah, this
God
nigga's
damn it, Cole.
As soon as she
crazy.
page, I'm on the way and I be showing up quickly.
Fast guy.
On the highway, I'm going 150.
On the bike, nigga. You ride that bike, that Walmart bike. Don't play yourself.
Like I gotta get you up from them Vickies. Like pussy so good I just had an epiphany. It's grippy and wet. You know I'm a-
wait. He said it's grippy, it's wet. That's what he said?
It's grippy and wet. You know I'm a vet, but you make me feel like a rookie. How you make me tap out so swiftly, but I'm back from the second round victory. I remember I saw you on Fifth Ave with your homies Sabrina and Tiffany. I was thinking like, damn, you a whole click bad, but I wanted your body specifically.
This is so bad.
Like I'm trying to see how that glove don't fit me.
OJ.
Like I want to feel like I'm touching your kidneys.
Oh my god.
Stomach.
Like bitch, I'm gonna send all your kids to Disney.
Send you extra. You gonna meet Disney. You
I'm
gonna
gonna
meet
pay
Mickey.
a little extra, make sure they be Mickey. Damn, this motherfucker was lying.
Hard.
This nigga
It's
was
hard.
a liar.
She a what? She a what?
She
a
grippy.
Oh my god. This
She a what?
is
She a what?
terrible.
She a grippy. Oh my god.
You don't like it. Stop
Yeah, I
it.
do. I swear to God.
You're such a
my
fucking liar. That shit is terrible.
It's grippy. Grippy.
I hate when people make videos.
Yo!
Like
It's not accurate, but it's not accurate.
that. It's 100%.
That's what it's giving
It makes
off.
me feel so
Look at this
uncomfortable,
one.
bro.
This girl killed it.
Oh my goodness, bro.
Yo, when she went.
I feel so bad.
Nah, I don't. Fuck that nigga. That
You know
nigga's
what it
stupid
is?
as hell, bro. What's wrong with him?
Niggas don't want
Bro.
to admit it. And what I say before too, I said that this Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef is gonna have effect on our culture where people care more about lyrics than ever before because they super analyze
It's about
everything.
time. It's about
so
time.
now the timing of this drop, I think J. Cole's just having fun. He's trying to support a fellow New York artist because he lives in New York. He grew up, he went to school in New York. He still lives in New York. He's from North Carolina, but he's technically a New York artist, New York act, right?
Yeah, that's where he blew up.
And he's there right now, riding his bike, eating fucking burgers. And I think the beach was a New York beach because it was one of those beaches that you couldn't go in the water. You could just be on the sand. That's why he was there on his laptop, fucking planning a demolition of a bomb.
You think it's the shorty's fault, the one that found him? You think she was like, you should write about a grippy pussy?
I think he likes the Cash Cobain vibe. He's hearing it, so he's like, I want to support you.
Bro.
Let me hop on this song. He did it for him, right? It's not under any label. When you look up the song, it's under Cash Cobain's independent label. It's not like a collaboration under J. Cole's label. J. Cole didn't promote this. This is Cash Cobain's doing. Obviously, I'm assuming he got it cleared through J. Cole, like at least verbally. Like, yeah, you can do whatever you want, bro. I'm supporting you. And it's blowing up the song more. Like, Cash Cobain has Fisher, the remix now with Ice Spice. Now he got Dunk Contest.
That one's hard.
And he got the remix now with J. Cole. The thing is, J. Cole starts it, right? And after the whole people have been very critical, as they should, right? J. Cole, I apologize, whatever. He hopped on Red Leather, though. Red Leather was fire.
Yeah.
Phenomenal verse.
You want to know what's crazy, though?
But then now this one, lyrically, is very subpar.
You want to know what's crazy, though? So this is what I find crazy. So people were starting to respect him again, right? People were like, oh, you know what?
Kinda, yeah.
Kendrick.
It's so crazy.
Kendrick.
So we found him on the
telling
beach.
Right. Kendrick telling him this, and that. And
Eating a burger.
everyone was applauding J. Cole. They're like, yo, like he was smart, this, and that. You know what? We gonna respect him and shit. And then now people are like, damn, he's taking that fall off shit serious. He comes out with this fucking bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's so out of his character.
It's out of nowhere.
It's so random, bro.
This nigga.
I think he's single again.
It's so random that I had to DM him.
You think the marriage
Oh,
ended?
sure. Yes, you guys show the DM.
I'm gonna
you
show
have
the
it?
DM. I have it. Hold up. I DM'd them, guys. I'm being dead ass. Had me so tight, bro.
There was someone on TikTok too that DM'd them too. It went viral.
I don't think it's gonna focus or anything like that. But I can read it out for you guys if you don't follow me on Instagram. I wrote to this man. I said, my brother, I got a lot of love for you, but if that shit that you just put out is what you was working on while at the beach, please stay in the studio. We don't want you tainting your legacy, man. Drake might have rubbed off on you a little bit too much. I'm only saying this because I care, my brother. Stay safe and away from bad influence like Drake and Yachty.
You about to get this live stream, man.
Listen, I'm being honest.
Bro, but what if it's Grippy? Like he met a girl, the pussy was really grippy. I think J. Cole's single now.
Vic.
I swear to God. We spoke about it last week. I think that's why he's not in the beef. Like,
you think it's a serious song?
I think
You want to know what this gives me?
you
vibes?
can't get lyrical miracle on Dunk Contest.
You want to know what gives? You know
You
what?
can't.
You want to know
Or
what
could
vibes
he?
that
I
gives,
think
bro?
he's trolling.
Bro, this gives 100%.
I think he's trolling to feed into the
bro.
fall off
Listen,
narrative.
we're gonna keep getting into it, right?
You think so?
But I'm gonna tell you
bro.
this.
You think he's trying to fall off? on
I'm
Bro,
gonna tell
purpose?
you
this is like bad bars.
Bro,
Like this it sounds like he's trying to
this
troll.
This gives Virgin just had some pussy for the first time, and he's skipping around his house. It was Grippy.
Yo,
You know what I'm saying?
what's that song about him losing his virginity? What's it called again? Wet Dreams? This is worse
Yeah,
than
I'm
Wet
about to say
Dreams.
he has a song like that already.
What Dreams is not good.
No, by the standard of what people described it to be, like virgin music. It's
Dreams-
low.
Wet
This
Dreams
is
is
lower
fire.
than that.
But J. Cole's
This
always
is
had
like, yo, you don't even touch
weird
pussy.
like sex lyrics.
Nah, bro, this is bad.
Dick so big it's like a foot is in your
That
mouth.
shit was fire though.
She nasty. She classy.
That
Both
shit was
graduated, but some dashed me.
No, but Vic, come on. It's like he deliberately wanted to troll and make some
Close
bullshit.
game alert. Celtics and Pacers 1-2 tied at the fourth. 2 minutes left.
Yeah, we're gonna keep up with that one.
You motherfuckers better sweep.
Cause I'm gonna get turned.
Yo,
But listen,
Go ahead.
I'm telling you, bro. I think this nigga's trolling because you're right. When you read this,
He's playing onto the fall off shit, bro.
yeah, because it sounds like bro. It really sounds like a nigga that got no pussy in his life. Like you sit on Discord and you masturbate to shitty porn. Like low def,
Yeah.
like not like the production
Like
porn.
the acting's just bad too.
No, yeah, like I'm talking about like it's like in some bitch's room, Katie in the background having a triple-double game. You can hear it on the TV, and this nigga just hit shorty with
game.
back shots. That's the type of degeneracy these bars sound like. Nigga talking about it's Grippy. Like no, nigga, that's just no, nigga. No one talks like that, bro.
What if it's really grippy though?
Nobody says that, bro.
Yo, no one talks like that.
But what
bro.
if a girl went up to him
The Discord niggas talk like
in
that?
the club, literally grabbed his phone, wrote her name in his phone, and wrote grippy?
That's fine. But
Then he
like,
tried it out, and it was really grippy.
You gonna make a fucking song about it?
If he's living his raps.
J. Cole, Jermaine Cole is gonna make a fucking song about that?
Someone made a great point in the chat. Angela, Pooty Scoop Kanye vibes.
Poopity scoop Kanye.
Poopity
vibe.
scoop?
Yeah.
Nah, y'all bugging.
That was a whole troll.
I'm telling
I think this is
all three of these artists are in it. They're doing it. They're fucking with us. I'm telling you right now. J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, and Drake, they're gonna end up dropping something. It could be a song. It could be a project. It's gonna be something, and they're just gonna laugh in our face. They're gonna laugh in our face.
I think they hate each other.
I'm telling you right now, they're gonna come out with something in the upcoming years. It's gonna happen.
I do think this is for the fall off though. It's part of the rollout because this is it. Everyone's talking about it.
And then we fast forward, so now we have also after the beef, after the Drake Kendrick beef, J. Cole drops a song talking about vagina being grippy, right? People are not liking it. He's on the Cash Cobain Young vibe, blah blah blah. But then also we have Drake, his first, because J. Cole dropped Red Leather. Right? Again, without promoting it. He might have not cleared it, whatever. Metro Boomin and Future surprised people with that. What the hell? You got J. Cole on your album? People thought it was a diss. It's overanalyzing it. It's not a diss. Seems like an old feature.
It was an old feature.
He killed that shit. Now we fast forward. We have this song. J. Cole again not promoting it. His label's not behind it. Seems to be Cash Cobain just doing his thing, releasing it. But it's a J. Cole record with Cash Cobain. About grippy vagina. And now we have Drake, his actual first verse since the beef ending, right? And on top of that, for those who question the beef's over, is the beef not over? I think him even dropping this confirms that the beef is over. Because he's like, I'm moving on past it. Because didn't he delete, was it that guy who had a feature on his album? BDF, the Pac-Man?
Mm-hmm.
The feature was deleted, whatever. Sexyy Red, the feature drops. It's like, bro, he knows what he's doing. He's like, I'm going to drop it. I'm going to drop this one, right? This one, he remixes during the verse. He switches up the beat and interpolates BBL Drizzy, the Metro Boomin diss production instrumental, also made with that AI producer guy that made the BBL Drizzy sample originally. And I think that part specifically, especially, I liked it. Like, he's riding that beat. BBL Drizzy, blah, 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 and he spins the idea, like, people think I have a BBL, whatever. He's like, I am BBL Drizzy, but it's because I buy girls BBLs all the time. And, like, and he even name dropped the doctor, Dr. Jung in Houston, the BBL doctor that he actually has a relationship with and actually has given a bunch of clients with, etc. And there's always been rumors of Drake doing this. Like, I know personally, they just scored a 3. They about to win, Celtics. They were saying that Drake does this. He buys girls BBLs, so that's why he's BBL Drizzy. So I thought it was a clever spin. I don't think it was like like amazing, but it's pretty clever. Like, that's funny. Like, oh, okay, he's still BBL Drizzy.
Let me ask y'all this though: if you were to swap them, Drake doing the Cash Cobain thing, and then J. Cole doing the Sexyy Red, you don't think it would have sounded way better?
Hell yeah, Drake would have destroyed that beat.
That's a good point.
If you flip
J.
flop
Cole would have
them,
done great on the sexy one.
if you flip flop them, that shit would have went crazy.
Because J. Cole basically did a Drake move.
Mm-hmm. But yeah,
jumping on a hot young nigga, whatever, blah, blah. Drake has already worked with Cash Cobain, but Drake's the type, he still has a relationship with Cash Cobain. Cash Cobain's under every Drake's post commenting. He reposted Drake. He always reposts his photo with Drake that he took a couple months ago.
The Cash produced song, the 21 one, is one of the biggest ones on the album.
Yeah, so.
I'm checking myself.
They sweeped. Celtics sweep. Breaking news. Get the broom. Get the broom. Breaking news. The Celtics just sweeped live on air. Oh, shit. Should we put any footage? I don't think we can legally.
Just put the score.
Can we put any footage?
Probably not.
Oh, my God.
Put on that Not Like Us, bro, right now.
Oh, shit.
Put on that Not Like Us right now.
Celtics just sweeped the Pacers and moved on to the NBA Finals.
Put up, man. Get me right.
Hold up.
Get that shit on the loudspeaker.
Hold up.
Start from the beginning. I didn't hear that bar.
What's that on the beat, ho?
Hold up. We are live, and the Celtics just sweeped.
Bro, you better Bluetooth that.
Here we go.
Start from the beginning, my brother. I need to see dead people.
John Stockton.
Hit the horns. Gotta hit the horns real quick. Top right horns. Hit them horns.
We're gonna discuss something real quick. You bitch ass niggas. Niggas, yo, mad animosity, mad anger. I hear it. I understand it. You hate the Celtics. You hate greatness. You hate success. When niggas succeed, you just can't deal with it because you're not succeeding. I understand. I fully grasp that. However, you bitch ass niggas, look at that! I'm back in the fucking finals with my niggas. It's me and C Gang, nigga. Fuck you talking about? It's me and me. It's me, my nigga Jason, my nigga Brown, my nigga who else? White, the little goblin down the street. My nigga who? My nigga Al Horford. Al Horford. And my nigga PP. That's pretty picture, nigga. Where's your team at? Oh, I forgot. You niggas in Cancun right now with your fucking families. Niggas is in Disney World with fucking Mickey. That's fucking crazy, nigga. But wait, you niggas is in SeaWorld watching Nemo. But my niggas is fighting for a championship. Niggas is dumb. Talking about, oh, Jason Tatum's a bum. That's crazy. That's crazy. What he dropped tonight?
26 points, and he went 11 for 26, I believe. That's what I'm seeing.
With 13 boards and 8 assists. What they seen in the chat?
They said they're about to get 4-2 by Kyrie and Luka in the finals.
Yo, you wanna know what's so crazy about Kyrie? Yo, let me talk to you about Kyrie Irving real quick. That nigga left LeBron because he was his little fucking boy. Nigga was his son. Nigga asking him, nigga, the fucking news talking about, how do you think of LeBron to be as a father figure? And nigga said, the fuck? No, I got a dad. That's how much of a little boy you were next to him. So what do? You run to the Celtics, you get traded for IT. You're like, I'm gonna build my own team. You go on First Take, have this whole little serious moment. I wanna get to a chip myself. Cool, nigga, I respect that. And what you do in Boston? Nothing! You did nothing, you ran! You told us you'll stay, we didn't trade you, and then you left! That's why every time you go to Boston, I was there live when you were there with the Brooklyn Nets. That's why they booed your shit, and the nigga in the front told you you're not even good enough to fuck his wife.
Oh my God.
Fuck we talking about, bro? You wanna crash out our fucking live during GTA games, bitching at niggas, but what have you done? What?
These lights weren't even on.
I didn't even notice. What have you done? Nothing. You talking me about Luka. You niggas are people of color. Dick riding a European. Get up. Wipe your mouth. You make me sick. I despise you niggas. Like, how do you want the downfall of black men? For this European who eats fucking honey buns and then goes and drops 40. You niggas is weird. But this is my statement. I don't know what's going to happen. I really don't. My Celtics might choke. However, we're back in the finals. We knock everyone off. I don't care if niggas was injured. Kristaps Porzingis isn't there. We just the best team in basketball. Eat my dick. God bless.
God bless, man. The Pacers were scoreless in the final 3 minutes of the game.
Lockdown defense.
No points in the last 3 minutes of the game. Clams. God damn.
Clams.
Banner number 18. Maybe listen. Championship appearances since 2001. The Celtics 2008, 2010, 2022, 2 years ago, and now they're back again in 2024.
A city of champions.
That's dope, man.
City of champions.
I think well deserving. In my opinion, they were the best team this year in basketball. So rightfully so. But at the same time, these games were kind of close. You know, this one ended up, it went how it went, but they had earlier moments where, Jaylen Brown and from the comments and the highlights I was seeing, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum were having their mistakes and their errors. But fast forward, they won at the end of the day, so that's all that really matters. Now, can they handle Luka and Kyrie? Because it seems like the Dallas Mavericks are going to win against the Timberwolves, possibly sweep them.
Yeah.
Because I really don't know if Anthony Edwards, Karl Anthony Towns if they have it in them. If the Wolves have it in them to come back down 3-0 and win 4 games in a row. Shit, I don't know. I don't fucking know, bro. I think Kyrie and Luka are gonna go crazy next game. There's a chance though. Anything is possible. Like KG says, anything is possible. But
I'll tell you this though.
I don't know. I think it's gonna be Dallas and Celtics at this point.
No, it is without a doubt.
I didn't expect that.
I didn't either. I thought
I said the Celtics were gonna sweep.
Yeah.
But I didn't say
Timberwolves were going to lose.
I thought
the sweep.
Timberwolves were gonna win.
Especially by a sweep is crazy. But this is the issue. Timberwolves don't have great perimeter defense. I know everyone's going to say Anthony Edwards is a great perimeter defender. He always defends the third best person on the court. They're more of a bigger team. However, this is what niggas will never talk about, Vic. When we took on the Brooklyn Nets and we swept them in 2022, you know who was on that team? Kyrie Irving. You know who else was on that team? Kevin Durant. And who the fuck did we put in a goddamn box? And who the fuck did we sweep? Kyrie fucking Irving left him like 20 points. Fuck you talking about? Because niggas on Twitter like, it's the best guard duo of all time. Get your dick out your mouth! Get their dicks out your mouth!
Even Kyrie was like, we'd have to win a championship first to even be in that discussion, but I don't know, you know what I'm saying?
Because this whole playoff's been terrible. It's been a terrible playoffs. It's been blowouts. It's been sweeps. No one's enjoying it. It is a terrible product for a basketball fan. They want to hype up the finals as much as they can. What people don't understand is this. If Kristaps Porzingis comes back and Derek White and Drew Holiday do their job, there's a legitimate chance this is a blowout series. Those Celtics will win in 4. Because they're that much significantly better than the Mavs. On paper, no, the Mavs are not better team. They're just not. If we play at our level and Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown give us 30 a night and everyone plays their defensive roles, it's over. Nigga, Kristaps Porzingis is fucking 7'1", bro. He could shoot threes like a god. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? And if you think he's not coming back because he's hurt, he's not hurt. They're lying. They're lying. He's been fine this whole time. They've been waiting to use him. The Celtics are fucking cheaters. Welcome to Mase, bro. I love cheating. So, I love it, nigga. Tom Brady, Red Sox, and the whole scandal, and now it's the fucking Celtics, nigga. I love this shit, nigga. Fuck you talking about?
You know what's crazy? The day before Kristaps Porzingis got traded to the Celtics, his team reached out to come on this podcast.
Oh, we should have had him here
to interview him.
I would love.
And
to
I think
talk
it's
to him.
because they knew he was going to be in New England now, in a New England team. So that's why they reached out. I still have the information and stuff. We're gonna still try to make that happen, especially now that he's out, injured, etc. He's not even courtside at the games, is he?
I think he is.
He is?
But there's a lot of rumors saying he's working out with the team. Like, bro, he's fine. They did this whole season. They would keep him out on purpose if they didn't need him for a game. Honestly, bro.
They might pull that nigga out for the finals. They might pull the unicorn out. You imagine?
No, they are. That's the goal. I'm telling you, bro, he's fine. My thing is this. If we don't play at our level, we lose. They're going to kill us. If we don't play at the level we can play at, they're going to win. Because they're overplaying out their ass.
Listen, man. Pacers, you had your chance. I know Halliburton got injured. God bless, but yeah, no. This is Knicks too. Knicks, man, Knicks, you had your chance. But the Celtics are the best team in the NBA right now. They've been the best team all year. You know, I am at a younger age. I started realizing I can't follow one team because that team can never always win. Right? I'm like, I don't like being a fan of the losers. Right? So then I started just straying away from being a Celtics fan and being a Patriots fan and being a Yankees fan to being a sports fan, just a fan of the sport. I'll follow players. I'm a huge LeBron James fan. Wherever the motherfucker goes, I'm there, like a bandwagon for sure.
So you're a hopper.
100% hopping like the biggest bunny hopper in the world. You know, I'm the best hopper. I get it from Meg Thee Stallion. But when it comes to the Celtics, they as a team, they've always been my favorite. No one can replicate that era of the fucking Paul Pierce, Ray Allen, Doc Rivers, KG, Rondo. That era, which was a short era, felt like 10 years.
Yeah, it was like 2008 to 2013.
It felt like it was like a decade of dominance when it really wasn't. But it was so impactful in my memory that it felt like
it created the Miami team.
It's crazy. Like
I remember that, and I don't even watch this.
Yeah, like that shit was powerful. Yeah, like that's one of the most powerful team eras ever.
If they didn't create themselves, then LeBron would have never went to the Miami.
Yeah,
that's when I actually used to play 2K.
That was monsters. Those were monsters, right? And then there was stints of what the fuck's happening with this team. Then there was oh my god, Kyrie. Oh my god, JT. Oh my god, Jaylen Brown. And then the duo. Oh, the finals, and then no. Now we have another chance. I think it's possible.
What's your prediction? If it's Luka versus JT, who's winning?
If it's Dallas Mavericks, I think it's gonna go 7-game series with Dallas Mavericks.
Okay.
If it's the Timberwolves randomly come back, I think it's gonna be 5-game series Celtics winning the championship. I see that happening.
Okay.
7-game series with the Mavericks, but 7-game series Celtics winning, not Mavericks winning. I know who's going crazy right now. The man that sold his shares allegedly of the team, Mark Cuban, but still is affiliated with the team, still the owner of the team. No one knows what the fuck's happening with him.
Yeah, that was weird.
That's such a weird situation. But he's probably giggling. I know A-Rod is stressed the fuck out. Alex Rodriguez.
Oh, he's losing his mind. His team's done.
Timberwolf owner.
That series over for me. I don't think they come back.
Listen, it's going to be beautiful to see. Very excited. I'm happy for the Celtics. W for New England. But back to Drake. Yeah, so Drake with the Sexyy Red. Yeah, I love you. You my everything. You wedding ring. And then again, people being critical of the Drake lyrics, right? Breaking down his lyrics. They're like, damn, this guy's rapping about BBL still. He's proving Kendrick right. Why is he doing that? Kendrick said, when I see you next to Sexyy Red, I see 2 bad bitches. Why is he doing that? Why is Drake standing next to Sexyy Red again? Does he not care he's being called a bad bitch? Oh my God, his life's over.
Strategic, bro.
I think it's strategic, him just like being like, I don't give a fuck what you guys say. I'm gonna do what the fuck I want. I'm friends with Sexyy Red. She was on my album. I'm gonna be on her album.
Let's be honest. Anything that gets said about him, he does it.
Yeah, he feeds into it. BBO Drizzy, let me hop on it. Let me remix it. BBO Drizzy, blah, blah, blah.
That's the way to make it die out.
100%. You know, and people are gonna feel how they feel. Like, oh, this song's trash, whatever. If you never liked Sexyy Red, you're never going to like her. She's not someone that's gonna switch up her sound and is gonna be like, ooh, she's deep now. No, she's a ratchet ghetto bitch.
She likes it deep.
That's what she does, and she's the prime ratchet ghetto bitch of them all.
The song's bad though.
You think the song's bad?
I think it's terrible. It sounds terrible because
I think his parts are good.
I haven't heard.
It's not
it
mixed well. The hook is fine. I don't like her part. I don't
I
like,
like
her rapping.
especially the BBL when he goes on the BBL, just like the beat drop. I'm like, that shit's hard. Like it's like a vibe right there. BBL Drizzy. I can't argue that her hook is definitely lackluster. Her being out of tune in the beginning when she's like, hey, baby, to start the song.
And her verse is just terrible.
You my everything. I think the album is worse than her last album.
Yeah.
Her album's worse than her last album, for sure. I was talking to Wong about this. I said that I feel like this dropped too soon. He doesn't think so, but I think her album came out too soon. I don't think she needed a new album. I wasn't waiting around for a new Sexyy Red album. It wasn't necessary. Her last album was strong. She had a powerful single this time around, right? With Get It Sexy. Yeah, I'm rocking with a dick. I ain't lying. Nothing but dick. Hey, baby. So it's like, that's like her biggest song, like surprisingly, because the other songs are huge, right? But this song's like exceeded expectations. I feel like the dance that she does with it, bow, 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 bow. It's just dope. It's like, oh shit. There's a whole vibe. But to push an album behind it, to me, shocked me. I'm like, a whole album? They're calling it a mixtape. That whole bullshit, industry bullshit. Mixtape. Oh, this is just a mixtape. You want to put out new music? Oh, you can put it out. Yeah, it's just a mixtape. But we're not going to count it as an album, right? But if it's successful, if a mixtape sells 1 million albums, 1 million sales,
it's an album.
It's an album, though. Oh, it's an album. Oh, and then we put our marketing dollars behind it. Sexy, we got you, right? But then again, she's technically not signed because she's on that Gamma shit.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you. So what's Twitter said, and she joked about it too. She played into it. The reason why I keep getting features is because I'm fucking him. Why is Drake featuring with this woman so much?
Because he's a bad bitch too.
Nah,
but I don't think has he done it a lot? It's only been twice now. What was the first one? Am I missing one?
For All the Dogs, this one, and there's one other.
That's
one.
it.
Hold on.
I think he had her on his tour.
Andrew with the $2 said Drake didn't write Mob Ties.
I don't know.
What is going on in here?
I don't know.
We got the rich Kendrick Lamar fans donating to us. We appreciate you, Andrew. What the fuck is that, Andrew?
That was random.
Are you trying to sabotage Drake
you,
on the stream? Are you trying to get us killed?
Yeah, so it's 2. But here's my thing. Why?
Because she was on his album, Rich Baby Daddy. That song was huge. Huge. One of the biggest songs for all the Dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Live is a crazy anthem.
Mm-hmm.
Aesthetically, it's helped like him cater to her crowd, right? The ratchet bitch crowd, whatever, right?
And the video,
it goes viral.
The video revolves like around her.
Yeah, the videos like around her pregnancy, right? I think they've actually formed a good friendship. And she was like, Drake, I need you on my shit. He's like, oh, I'm gonna hop on it, right? She said the song was for Chief Keef. Chief Keef was like, let me get on that album. Because they've been working together so much. She's been mad close with him, talking to him all the time. And he was like, let me do some R&B shit, like some shit for me. She made this song, and she was like, you know, people keep saying I'm dating you, like you're my everything, to Chief Keef, right? Even though we're not together. And she was like, I'm gonna make this song for you. Let's just hop on this. Chief Keef didn't hop on it in time. Drake heard it and he hopped on it. I think that's all it was. I think Drake just needs to realize like the timing though.
This is my point.
The timing is the main issue for me.
I don't think
I don't mind the record.
I don't think Drake wanted to drop now. I think the fact he flipped the BBL thing was his only way of speaking on the beef without directly speaking on it, because he didn't say a shit about it.
Yeah.
On the track.
Well, he said if people stop picking on him or some shit like that, blah blah blah. That's the only thing he said.
Yeah.
On that track.
Here's my issue. I think it's because I think he has ties with Gamma, because this was so weird. Like, there's no way he's this.
It could be Larry Jackson friendship or something.
Yeah, because there's no way that this nigga sat here, saw this song and said, I'm gonna play into Kendrick's point. I'm gonna play into Kendrick's joke. And I'm gonna just walk right into it. Just give niggas the ammunition.
But the thing,
that's how I'm gonna come back after this.
If he does the opposite, Noel, technically, isn't he giving?
But Vic, you said it yourself.
Kendrick the power.
You
Like-
said it yourself. He should come back with a rapidy rap album or mixtape or EP.
Oh hell yeah! But to be honest, now after another post I saw was a Gordo aka DJ Carnage posted Summer Sounds on the way. I don't think we were gonna get that now.
We just gonna get this bullshit.
We're gonna get shit like this: Summer Sounds, the Summer Vibes.
Well, that's what he said.
He did say Summer Vibes.
Summer Vibes. Andrew donated $2 again. I guess this is why he brought it up. He said Vory reference track leaked for Mob Ties.
Oh, the Philly artist Vory.
I guess so.
That wouldn't even make sense. Vory, Mob. Well, how does Mob Ties go? I forgot how that songs even
No,
go.
I'm hearing it in my head. I can't rap it. That's hilarious.
We'll look it up in a second, Andrew. But during the You My Everything song, he does say something I think people need to point out. He says the verse is basically Drake rapping to Sexyy Red, but then he goes on and says, "Oh, I'm sick of these niggas. I have some help. Get rid of these niggas." Drake says to Sexyy Red, "I had some smoke in the city. I wanted to see you, baby, but I just couldn't. You know the timing we on when my niggas start lurking and they get the hoodies and shit on. Soon as this shit get resolved, I'll turn to librarian for you. I'm booking that shit, that flight to you." So I think he's talking about the EXO shit. His house getting shot up.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "I got smoke in the city, Toronto, smoke in the city." EXO, The Weeknd, allegedly Nav, Cash, and them having issues with Drake because of the beef, and then EXO's house, the security guard getting shot at his house. Then 2 weeks later, rumored retaliation happening at Drake's house. 3 nights in a row, people at the house. First night, whenever the fuck it was, that the actual guard was shot at Drake's house. I think he's addressing that. And he's actually confirming that. You know, that's what it is. But then the verse is technically a metaphorical verse about him being with Sexyy Red because he's not with her, right? So it's like him being with her. So he gets to play that line with that shit. But if you analyze the lyrics, I think that's what he's talking about there. But again, people are just going to break this shit down. I think the Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef has that effect on people now where they overanalyze shit, especially the stands on both sides. They're going to look at the Drake lyrics and be like, what is this shit? They're going to look at the J. Cole lyrics and be like, what the fuck is this shit? Right?
Nah, because that J. Cole shit was what the fuck is this shit?
Oh, wow. It's true.
Was it on viral? Was it viral on Twitter right now or something?
Yeah. So DJ Academic spoke about it. Vory is credited, but he ain't write nothing. It was during a stream when he was looking at the credits for Mob Ties. This is how it sounds. And then this is Academics talking about it.
Internet detective activity, bro. See if you can find a Vory reference.
Okay, he is credited, but he ain't write nothing, nigga.
If he's not writing nothing.
Bro, first of all, nigga, I'm gonna tell you why I know he ain't write shit for Drake, right? Because most of this shit was almost like, bro, this shit was almost like a Toronto nigga spitting, bro. Sick of these niggas, hide some help, get rid of these niggas. Move to the Ritz, turn out the bitch. It is what it is. See it, leave, move it.
But the idea of a reference track, right, doesn't mean that Vory wrote it for Drake.
He gave him the flow, that's it.
He could have given him the flow, given him the pocket, etc. You know, I think that this was a time, Drake is probably straight away from that. doing that, right? But this was a time where it's like he reached a pinnacle of like being such a big artist where he pulls a Kanye and he hires people to help him, right?
I agree.
So he hires people to get references from to help him with flows, ideas, hooks, right?
Just you have to be honest about
and
that.
And then he got revealed as a fucking user of a ghostwriter. And the rap game is going to suffer from that no matter what by default. So this Vory, there's a brand new Vory. You know, Vory's I believe he might, I'm not sure if he's from Philadelphia, but I do know that Vory is a singing act, artist, R&B, kind of rapper. He was signed to Meek Mill at one point.
Got dropped, yeah.
He got dropped, I believe, but he is still relevant. He still has hit records. He has a dope voice, very dope voice. And then years ago, he was making a reference track for Drake for Mob Ties off the, what album is this, Scorpion?
Mm-hmm. That's not surprising. He was an up-and-coming artist. Drake probably
2018?
Yeah.
That's a long time ago.
I don't doubt it. Because Rory's been around that long. One of his hits was like in 2019, I think. My thing is this.
You lied about your ghostwriters. You lied about your crew members. You lied.
I don't care if he does that. Like, you're right, Kanye does it. But Kanye's honest about it. He's been doing it since the first album. You have to just be honest. And Drake feels like if he's honest about this stuff, then it's like it pegs him down a notch in the ranking.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you're less of an artist, you're more of a pop star. But it's like, bro, if you're doing it, just admit it. Like, stop being petty about it.
And then we have someone like Kendrick Lamar who doesn't use anything like this, and then we get an example of an amazing exhibition of songs, whether he lied or not, the artistry behind them. I think that's why people are gonna like, you know, if you're a Kendrick Lamar fan right now, you're clamoring up, going crazy, like, yeah, he's my GOAT, he's better than Drake, because look at all the shit he did, and he didn't need no help. Ha 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 ha. Oh, he's standing next to two bad bitches now again. He's two bad bitches. He's with Sexyy Red again. Ha ha ha. You know, they're just horny as fuck right now. They're going crazy, but I think Drake's still the greatest. I hope that we don't get 10 Sexyy Red, you my everything's
Please.
Next project for summer vibes. I'm gonna fucking throw my phone in the water.
I might kill myself.
That's gonna be horrible if that happens. But yeah, people are also questioning, is Drake too sensitive after this battle? Because Drake did say, Drake unfollowed Elliot Wilson. Elliot Wilson is a blogger, journalist, and he reports on the news, and he's been reposting everything that's been happening, including Kendrick Lamar memes, Kendrick Lamar basically winning memes. And it feels like Drake probably didn't like that, and he unfollowed Elliot Wilson. But then Elliot Wilson also received phone calls from OGs telling him to not go to Toronto, that he's not really welcomed in Toronto, Canada right now.
Drake's
so
a
is Drake
softie,
being
bro.
sensitive and like blocking, you know, like his like no one can go to Toronto?
didn't
Like
he-
if you don't support him? Like
Didn't he come at him last time, remember? When he commented on a post or something like that?
yeah, he didn't. He always has had like a little back and forth with Elliot Wilson. And on top of that, remember the Lil Yachty interviews deleted. I still think that it might have been Drake.
Drake's a soft.
So if Drake's deleting people's interviews, like banning people from coming to Toronto, all because of their opinion on a beef between Kendrick and him, which is obvious that you lost, Drake, and it's so like move on, like so, or let's go again. Like what do you want? Or what are we doing here? You still got the smoke, nigga? Let's go.
You think he flipped the BBL beat because it was smart, because he's petty as fuck?
Because he's petty as fuck.
I think both.
Like
I think both.
He can't handle the idea of
What's
people.
smart about it though?
He owns it now.
I think it's clever, and that's the only way to listen to that song officially now on streaming from like a real artist is that way.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you go on SoundCloud, because that's the only place you can listen to that song by Metro.
That song's not even good.
Because no one ever owned it before. Metro fucked up. He didn't license it. So now it's technically owned by Gamma and Sexyy Red.
And speaking of Metro Boomin, last night he went viral. Shout out to Metro. Metro Boomin was on 21 Savage's IG Live. So while 21 Savage was on IG Live, Metro Boomin hopped on and he was trolling Metro Boomin. He was calling him OVO Savage. He was saying that he has like OVO tramp stamps on his back, right? Clowning 21 Savage. But they're close friends, so it's jokes. And then Savage doesn't see that. He still adds him to the live. Then you can't hear Metro. His mic's acting up. But then 21 sees the actual comments, and then he's like, what the hell? I'm going to take you off the live. I'm going to block you. He reported him and blocked him. and then he screamed at the screen. He was like, Metro, shut your whole ass up and play some drums, nigga. Like quoting the Drake push-up song lyric. So he's trolling him, right? But then there's also like a sense of like, it's funny, but then it could be revealing maybe that there might be a silver lining, right? They're obviously talking about Drake. So that's why he's commenting that stuff. They probably had a conversation, obviously off camera, behind the scenes. Is there a future where Drake and Metro Boomin are friends again, and 21 Savage is the mediator? Because he's basically the middleman between them, right? He had the Her Loss hit album with Drake, right? Hit songs with Drake. Some of the biggest records in the past couple years in hip-hop was the Drake 21 Savage Her Loss album. Their tour together, major success, worldwide tour with 21 Savage. He's a big touring act now because of Drake's like co-sign, helping him out, showing him the big arenas, how they look like, performing. And then Metro Boomin is obviously tied to 21 Savage forever because their mixtapes together, their music together, their friendship, Atlanta tie.
He
Literally
just defended him last week.
Didn't Metro Boomin give him the name? Didn't he name him? I think. Oh no, I think it might have been a different producer, Zaytoven.
It might have been Zaytoven.
Someone else named him 21. Remember that script, that little skit from Charles Gambino's acting as like the 21 Savage trailer album.
Mm-hmm.
But that shit was funny. It happened last night, went viral. I posted it. And people were like, I was like, it was a funny moment because obviously a funny moment. But some people were like, oh, they really have issues. They don't have no. The bro was joking. It's clear joking. It looks like clear joking to me. And I think that there could be a silver lining where Drake and Metro, bro, because it can't be that serious. I feel like if it was that serious, we wouldn't even get Metro jumping on 21 Savage's live stream, joking and commenting like that. If the beef was like real deal murder, like it can't be that serious. It cannot be. Could be some girl shit. Could be some light shit. And I'd want to hear Metro Boomin. Metro Boomin's doing the Weeknd album that he confirmed. He's doing a whole week. Imagine a whole Weeknd album on some We Don't Trust You vibes, dissing Drake. A whole Weeknd album. Especially if there's real static and actual shootings be happening between the Toronto camps. And then Metro Boomin produces that on a type of energy that he's on. Drake's going to have to throw the white flag with Metro Boomin.
I thought the Weeknd was retiring the Weeknd.
Yeah, I thought he was able.
Shit, nigga, how? The last feature was supposed to be on Diddy's album.
A bell.
We didn't get that.
A bell.
We still got him on the Metro Boomin albums, both albums, as the Weeknd. He's not.
So what
that was cap.
So what we're coming to is that we can't believe anything these rappers and artists are saying.
I don't believe the shit niggas say in general.
Yeah, bro, they're lying to us, man. They're lying to us, bro.
Over the weekend, there was a crazy situation happening in Cannes, France, right? So everyone in the industry seems like they're in Cannes, France right now because there's a Cannes Film Festival, and everyone's over there. Couple viral moments have happened. Specifically at the red carpet, there was a security woman that seems to be pushing women of color, right? She pushed Kelly Rowland, didn't allow her to take photos, look back. That went viral. She also pushed Dominican actress Maciel Taveras, didn't allow her to take photos and spread her dress and take a photo at the Cannes Film Festival. Also, K-pop idol, Yuna. K-pop idol. She's a famous K-pop artist, basically an idol in Korea. Her as well. 3 incidences with 3 different women, right? And also there's a viral video of Tyga's security guard arguing with the Uber driver out in France who I guess was being strict. They have like different regulations in France for Uber. They don't let nobody sit in the front. Like they were very strict and like ordering the security guards to sit in the back with Tyga. And then we fast forward, we have the viral beef between Tyga and Travis Scott, where they were actually there was like a fight at the Cannes Film Festival event, right? And this was actually what happened, according to reports.
This shit was hilarious.
I'm pretty sure this is what happened, right? Tyga and Travis Scott were seen behind a DJ booth at Richie Akiva's event. Richie Akiva is a promoter. And at his event, there was a fight that people thought was between Travis Scott and Tyga, but it actually was between Tyga's best friend, A.E., who's Cher's boyfriend as well. The blonde guy, right? Famous guy. I thought he was Tyga's manager back in the day. But he raps about it, remember? Like my nigga, A.E. Yeah, that I mean.
Oh,
yeah. You can get a taste. Woo, doo, doo. Yeah. Tyga keeps a hit whenever the fuck he wants. Marlon knows. That was Marlon's favorite rapper growing up.
Nigga, that was his best nigga, bro. Like,
he's the guy, bro. Tyga's hard.
That was my favorite rapper in middle school.
So sources said that familiar to the event that the fight started between Tyga and Travis Scott when they were behind the DJ booth because Richie, the promoter, his party at his event, he basically shouted them both out, right? But then it didn't sit right supposedly with Travis because it's like he was like, Travis Scott, Tyga's in the building. But then it seems like they were there together, came together. Travis, I guess, has static with Tyga still because of the past. The Kylie Jenner, they both dated Kylie. There was disputes between them allegedly in the past because of that. Right, they both share the same ex. Then Travis Scott snatched the mic from Richie. They're saying allegedly, and then AE, Tyga's friend, came and said something to Travis, and then Travis Scott approached Tyga security with threats, and then they stormed off stage. Right. Then later, Travis Scott came back with Southside, 808 Mafia producer, right, famous producer. Young Miami's boyfriend, Summer Walker's baby daddy, I think.
I believe, yes.
I know all the tea. I'm like a CBS. Travis Scott approached Tyga security with threats, stormed, blah, blah, blah. Then Southside, the producer, and AE started going at each other. They started arguing at first. Then AE landed several punches. He punched him a couple times. And then that's when Travis Scott pulled in and yanked AE off of Southside. That's what we see in the video, nearly falling off a stage. And then AE and Travis Scott started tussling across the stage, of course. Once the news of the fight started buzzing, people thought it was Tyga fighting Travis Scott because Travis Scott was beating up somebody on the ground. And it seems like he was beating up a Tyga affiliate, but it wasn't Tyga. And Tyga, I guess, reached out to academics and told him he wasn't a part of that fight. He said, I'll say it wasn't me. I didn't put my hands on nobody. And yeah, and I'm a break. And this is like, it's like, what the fuck is going on in Cannes, right? This fucking film festival, all this weird energy from the people there, right? Is France, there's people are saying online, France is racist, whatever. Or is it that Americans sometimes just don't know how to behave?
Don't know how to act outside.
And these fucking places, right?
They're calling Amsterdam racist over the Nikki thing. I'm like, no, it's not.
No.
You Americans just don't understand other people's like norms.
Exactly. So let me play the clip. We'll play it in order where people can see. So it breaks down everything. So this is, they don't need to hear the audio. This is Travis Scott and Tyga. So you see Travis Scott right here behind the DJ booth like he usually is. Turning up, playing that crash out. That song is hard. GTA.
I love it.
Future and thing. And that's the same song that was playing. This happened right after because that song was playing during the fight. But remember, Travis Scott bumped into the DJ booth and it started playing in reverse. The fucking Future song. People thought it was like a new remix. And Tyga's right here in a suit and tie. Right there. He's vibing. He's chilling. He's pretty close to Travis Scott, about 4 people away. All right. And then doing my scissor cutting, I was able to go viral with this clip because I actually got all the clips collectively, brightened them, added saturation, and I put them in order from what people saw.
Are you a fed?
No. I am fed up with Travis Scott's behavior. No, I'm just kidding. Here we have it. That was a bad joke. Here we have it.
Like
so this is how it starts, right? So this is where we said
I wonder why.
AE right here, Travis Scott. That's supposedly Southside right there, right? For those watching, you keeping track? Let's go. He threw a punch, another punch, another punch. Travis Scott pushes him off stage. Yanks him. They go to the left. Southside right here. Right there, Southside. You see him? T-shirt, low short sleeve T-shirt right there. Boom. They bumped into another. The song's playing reverse. Boom. Now this gentleman, I don't know who he is, but he said he's important to pay attention to. White short sleeve, seems to be like a black vest. AE right here. Travis Scott.
Do we not all have 4K on our phone? What the fuck is this?
And this seems to be Southside. I think Southside is...
Nighttime camera recording is horrible.
Yeah, I think Southside is pushing Travis Scott to the side, getting him off of someone. Boom. Now, it seems like someone's getting dragged right here. I think that's Southside. Could be wrong. I think that's Southside right here. the person in the vest throws a punch.
I haven't seen a single punch land so far.
They're grabbing a table. They grab like a plastic container.
WWE.
AE, originally part of the fight right here, kind of walks off. See? He walks off.
That nigga's a bitch.
So if Travis Scott's here, who's remaining fighting? That's what people thought it was Tyga. Because right when I saw the clip, bro, I'm so like knowledgeable of everything in the industry. I knew it was AE right away. I mean, that's AE with the blonde hair. Because he has that blonde hair like aesthetic. He was with Amber Rose as well. He dated her. He would dye his hair blonde, sometimes pink, red. I'm like, it has to be AE, right? Where's Tyga? No one knows. And another clip right here, another angle. Travis Scott. Someone's like holding him up. It looks like he's punching. I think that's Southside right here, holding someone back right there. Right, Southside again, short sleeve. That person again with the black vest, the white shirt through a knee. Nah, that's too buff. That guy's too buff.
Yeah,
that's not can't be Southside. That has to be a security.
That gotta be security, bro.
Here's Richie.
It took him that long to get a mic.
Here's Richie. Respect him. Gotta respect him, guys.
Why is he making it about him?
This is his party. That's the guy, Richie.
Nah, I be on the same time, bro. I'm sorry. Don't fight my party.
I don't care if you're Travis Scott or Tyga. You better not fight my fucking party.
That's hilarious.
And it's Richie. So if you look up the guy,
I would have put them each on one corner of the stage and had them tussle that shit out.
Nightclub tycoon, star-studded venues together, open up star-studded venues together.
Maybe I'm just a bad person.
Racking up over, he's a multimillionaire. The guy seems to be very important. You know, people in the industry probably know him. Oh, right away, look at who's that with him right there?
The boy.
The boy. So this guy has to be of an importance, cadence, credentials. But yeah, there we have it. Cannes, France. People are going crazy. Niggas is acting up. We have a viral story of the for those who care about it, right? The top 100 best albums of all time. A list by Apple Music. This was the top 10. They have Lemonade by Beyonce 10, Nevermind by Nirvana 9, Back to Black, Amy Winehouse as 8, Good Kid, Mad City by Kendrick Lamar as 7, Songs in the Key of Life, Stevie Wonder as 6, Blonde by Frank Ocean as 5, Purple Rain by Prince as 4, Abbey Road by The Beatles as 3, Thriller by Michael Jackson as 2, and The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill by Lauryn Hill as 1.
Damn, no Drake in there?
This is the 10 best albums of all time according to Apple Music. And they only have one Spanish album on the top 100, and it's Bad Bunny
Un Verano Sin Ti.
as 76, Un Verano Sin Ti.
No, yeah, these lists are all terrible.
Terrible list because, in my opinion, bro, Channel Orange is better than Blonde.
Yeah.
And Blonde doesn't even deserve to be in the top 100. I love Blonde, amazing album. But there's 100 better R&B albums than Blonde.
Bro, they have Blonde higher than Confessions.
Confessions like in the 70s or some wild shit, or 60s. And you got Blonde in the top 10 albums of all time.
Mariah Carey's not on the list.
Bro.
Mary J. Blige's not on the list.
Bro.
Whitney
Doesn't make
Houston
sense.
is not on the list.
Bro.
Bobby Brown is not on the
Bro.
list. Lil Wayne is not on the list. Not a single Carter.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
I don't even think Nicki made the list. Pink tapes did. Pink Friday didn't make the list from what I remember.
No. It's insane. And I love the Lauryn Hill album. I think it's a classic album. Probably
it's not the greatest
Probably
album
like a top 20 album, but to be the number 1 album of all time, it's crazy.
If
It's
Kanye
crazy.
hadn't made the comments he made, you think he would have been higher than Taylor despite the politics?
Well, Taylor wasn't even on the list.
She was.
Oh, she was?
1989 was ranked higher than Kanye at 18.
Oh
Something
my
like
God.
My Beautiful Dark
I think My Beautiful Dark
26.
Twisted Fantasy, in my opinion, is the best album ever created.
I'm assuming they're just going off of,
At
like,
least hip hop. It's a perfect hip hop album.
I'm assuming they're going just off of plays on their platform.
No.
It can't be because Miss Lauryn Hill only has one album, and that album came out, what, in the 90s, whenever it came out? It's a classic album.
98 or around
But
there.
that song doesn't have like a streaming effect on culture. Blonde did, but wasn't Blonde like an album he did
with Apple?
With Apple.
It was the
like,
$20 million album. The $20 million album.
But like to get out of them, because he did the other album before Blonde, which was like a day before, a week before, and he kind of cut them out that deal. He screwed them, and he did an independent album with Blonde.
That's why they were so invested in that album, because they paid for it.
Yeah.
And they promoted it. Here's the thing, though. It was not by streams. It was an entire group. That nigga Zayn
It was 300 people.
Yeah, Zane, what's his name? The
Zane Lowe, Ebro,
No.
Nadeska, everyone that works at Apple Music.
A bunch of music people were there, and they gave their explanations. There's a whole breakdown if you go on the website.
Yeah, I saw the video. They had a whole video.
It's dumb.
Not good enough for me.
Their
That shit was
arguments
stupid.
were so stupid, bro. Nigga, so stupid. My nigga, you have Frank Ocean
Doesn't
in
make
front of
sense.
Stevie Wonder,
Doesn't make sense.
and behind Prince, Michael Jackson, and the Beatles.
That's crazy.
And you have Lauryn Hill in front of Michael Jackson.
Doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And at the same time, it is what it is. People are going to have their opinion. But that's the thing about a list, right? The idea of a list is that they create it for this purpose, for people to talk about it, to create conversations. Because no one's going to agree with any list. Like there's not one perfect list in the world of anything. When you rank albums, when you rank rappers, when you rank songs, people are always going to disagree. But I think that this one is an obvious, like unanimous, like what the fuck for a lot of these decisions. Specifically the blonde shit, the Lauryn Hill one.
I don't think Kendrick belongs at 7. That album? I love the album. Good Kid, Mad City is a great album.
I love the album.
But 7?
But top 10 all time?
Lemonade is number 10? Lemonade, Vic.
Yeah, Lemonade.
Lemonade was impactful on culture because what it did, right? It was like one of the first, I think it was the first major artist album to drop out of surprise, out of nowhere. And then people were like, what the fuck is this? And then everywhere and after that did the same shit.
I agree.
Surprise album, surprise feature.
I understand.
You know I still haven't heard that album?
But the self-titled album, I'm pretty sure, was the first album she did visuals on.
Yeah,
that
the
was
visual
impactful.
album.
And that was when we were in sophomore year, and that changed the game. People started doing visual albums. That's a better album, in my opinion, than Lemonade. Lemonade. My thing is this, bro. If we're talking about impact, why is Illmatic so high up there? I mean, so low on the list. Illmatic changed rap forever.
Yeah.
And you don't have to say just Illmatic. Why the fuck is the Blueprint at like 20?
The main thing that for me right away makes this list bullshit. Like, you know, I don't agree with it. I think it's bullshit. I hate the list, right? God bless Apple Music. I hate the list. The main thing though, really, you know, is like, God bless the list because it's like you can't make a list that everyone's gonna agree with. But to put only one Spanish artist on here and it's Bad Bunny's Un Verano Sin Ti, to me makes zero sense.
Crazy.
You don't put any Daddy Yankee album, any Don Omar album. Like if we're gonna do Spanish albums, you got incredible artists, you got incredible bands, Maná. Like you have incredible, historic, Grammy-winning, prolific
bunch of people.
Spanish artists in history, and you put Bad Bunny's Un Verano Sin Ti on there. It seems like it's clickbaitish. It's clickbaitish. Don't get me wrong, phenomenal album.
That's
right?
not even the best reggaeton
But
album,
I can name maybe 50 better Spanish albums than the Bad Bunny Un Verano Sin Ti album, historically, of all time. And Bad Bunny probably would say the same shit himself. Because he's so of a student of the game that he understands the people before him. Like, come on, bro. We gotta stop it. And that's like probably maybe one of the most recent albums on this whole list. Un Verano Sin Ti.
No, it isn't. The bullshit one that didn't belong there is.
Which one?
It didn't. I don't know why it was there. SOS.
Oh, SOS was on the top 100?
Yeah, nigga.
That's crazy.
SOS.
Control's better than SOS.
I was so hot, bro. We went over this as a group in my boys' crib. We went through every album. It was disgusting, bro, what they did.
Nah, this shit pissed me off. But you can't please everyone. We might make our own list one day. We'll see. Maybe get the chat involved, have like a poll, and have people vote in. Comment in the chat if you're watching live, and you guys would appreciate that. Would you guys participate in a list if we created with you guys? Have you guys vote with us?
We need the whites to help us because I'm not a big alt fan. I'm sorry.
Yes, we need every color combined.
Yeah. No, because there was some alt shit I wasn't hip to. That's actually amazing.
We need the fucking rainbow. Actor Terrence Howard. Actor Terrence Howard, known for being in Iron Man, right, previously. Very dope actor. I love him as an actor. In Empire, he was Lucius Lyon, right? What else did he do? You know, it's hard out here for a pimp when you're trying to make that money for the rent, right? What was that movie? Hustle and Flow? Hustle and Flow.
Yeah, it is Hustle and Flow, yep.
He's gone viral because he did a Joe Rogan podcast interview that, in my opinion, is probably top 5 Joe Rogan episodes of all time because he basically is exposing things that if turn out to be real, a lot of the stuff in life is just a lie and has been a lie for a long time. And the thing is, he says it in a very convincing way.
Yeah, he's very convincing.
And on top of that, during the interview, two things happen. His phone randomly starts acting up, stops working while he's trying to pull something up for Joe Rogan. Then Jamie, Joe Rogan's producer, the famous Jamie, his computer stops working, right? And they're joking like, oh, is the government listening to us? What's going on, right? But then when you watch the full episode, I'm like, damn. What he's saying, it could be some government scaredness, right? I think I have the key points highlighted right here. One of them, there's 5 wild moments that happened during this that got highlighted by Mediaite.com. Companies developing virtual reality owe a thank you to Terrence Howard, right? Why? Because Terrence Howard owns a patent that all these companies, right? He owns a patent that is cited by 31 companies that developed artificial reality, virtual reality technologies, AR, VR technologies such as Microsoft, Amazon, HP, IBM, Sony, GoPro, and amongst others. This patent is online. You can look it up, right? This was a 2010 filed patent approved. It's online by Google Patents. You can look it up, right? Terrence Dashon Howard owns the patent, right? He created this patent. So he says, legally, everything that they've done with my patent, I can go and do because you use my patent, right? You copied the stuff in my patent. So whatever Google's done with the virtual reality, whatever, off of his patent, now he can develop himself. Basically, we're looking at possibly a future billionaire, Terrence Howard. He's walking around. Once he gets his shit in order and people start believing him and actually gets people on his team and goes... This guy, if what he's saying is true, has fucking gold in his hands, right? Not even gold. What's more powerful than gold? What's that shit from fucking Wakanda? What's that shit? Vibranium. This motherfucker has vibranium.
This nigga's hilarious.
But then they're gonna say I'm saying that because God bless. You know, he has fucking diamonds. Howard says that he sacrificed himself for Robert Downey Jr. Robert Downey Jr. when they were on Iron Man, right? And Terrence Howard at the time was trying to get canceled because a girl was saying alleged stories of him on the store in the news. They were trying to bring him back to Iron Man, but they were trying to give him only $1 million. They were trying to like cut his deal down, right? And he took a pay cut for them to bring Robert Downey Jr. back. Fast forward, Robert Downey Jr., according to Terrence Howard, has kind of like ignored him and brushed him aside when he needed help, right? He didn't look out for him recently. And it's like he felt slighted because, bro, I helped you out during the Iron Man shit, right? Where major actors, these companies are trying to pay cuts, etc., trying to get you on. He said, I need the help I gave you. And he didn't get it back from Robert Downey Jr. So he exposed that. No one really knew about that. He remembers being in his mother's womb and he forced himself to remember, right? He said, I was about 6 months maybe inside of the womb and I'm like, okay, don't forget I'm here, don't forget I'm here, don't forget I'm here. You go to sleep, you wake up again. Now something's moving in front of you and you're like, oh, that's my friend, but I had a different name for it. I didn't know it was my hand. So people call him crazy because he thinks that his hand was his friend while he was inside of his mother's belly. And he remembers when he was inside of his mother's belly. Hey. He said, we're about to kill gravity. We're about to kill their god, gravity. They don't want that. They don't want that to happen, right? Because he's speaking about things that defy gravity, right? He said, I have a model with 16 vortexes in a bench pin congregation, no center attractor and no gravity whatsoever. So he's trying to prove that there's a way to align models and align things together without gravity. Technically, he's proving it on the podcast. I'm not a fucking scientist. He convinced me. He says that he lost 3 or 4 jobs when he refused to get vaccinated from the COVID vaccine as well. So people are calling Terrence Howard crazy. I think there's some truth to what he's saying. There may be more truth than I realize. I'm not an expert. I'm still waiting for Neil deGrasse Tyson, one of these famous like scientists, to debunk what he's saying. No one has genuinely debunked him properly from what I've seen online. But when the cameras start acting up, computers start glitching, phones start turning off, I think something bigger might be in our hands than we realize. Or is Terrence Howard on acid? I don't think he's on drugs. I hope not, at least, right? But I would recommend people to go watch that, go check that out. You believe it, no? No, you don't.
So here's the thing.
Wait, did you watch it fully yet? I don't think you did.
No, I did. And
Okay.
I was waiting for, because here's the thing. You're right. I'm not a scientist. I don't know. So I was waiting for other people to speak on it, like Neil deGrasse Tyson. I kept looking up on like Twitter and Google and other stuff, like chemist perspective on this, because I saw the chemist argument he made and how things are moving through light.
Yeah.
It's not matter. That's not how matter works. It's through light. This is the issue that a lot of people don't understand with science. We prove nothing in science. There's a philosopher, his name, I had to look it up too. His name is Thomas Kuhn. He came up with this theory, he came up with this argument.
What a Kuhn.
Yeah, it's this paradigm argument that we're not, currently in our current state, there's only a few things we can prove. 2 + 2 = 4. Triangle has 3 sides. You learn this in philosophy. It's funny, me and Eric had a conversation about this before. And
he loved this interview.
Oh, I bet he did. Because this is the issue. If you look into the philosophy of science and the philosophy of knowledge and truth, you realize beyond those fundamental truths of like 2 + 2 = 4, all that shit, the shit that's just undeniably true, everything else that's built on that, we can disprove it. There's a 99% chance evolution is wrong. The current theory of gravity is wrong. Anything is wrong. We build shit and we don't fully understand how it works. So your laptop, it's an estimation on why it's doing what it's doing. A lot of it is a guess.
Yeah.
And a lot of the things we build is on guesses. Kuhn argued that the paradigm shifts when new information is introduced. So if homeboy is actually right and matter doesn't work the way it does and matter is moving through a light spear, that's not improbable. We haven't proven that matter is the way it is. We have an estimation that is 99.99% right that it is, but there's still that percentage that it could be wrong. Another great example was the 2008 financial crisis. This is a huge thing we learned in economics.
Yeah.
When it happened, the head of the Fed was like, bro, I never in my life would have expected this to happen.
Yeah.
This is beyond our comprehension, because they were so in belief that their system was right.
Yeah.
New information got introduced, proved it wrong. That's why, bro, like with him, he's the professor, if you ever met them at URI, that has like 5 students in their class. They've like devoted their life to this way of thinking. It just hasn't been proven yet, so no one gives a fuck what they have to say.
Yeah.
New information could come out tomorrow and prove this nigga right. He could disprove gravity. He can disprove the argument for what currently exists in matter, and he'll literally be like propped up as a genius for it.
Because he'll be like the next Einstein or like the next
because that's how it works.
Tesla.
That's how it always works.
That's what Terrence Howard would probably be.
But he could also be entirely wrong, and that's just how science works.
Because he even was telling people, you know how like a straight line, like if you look at this lamp in front of us right here, this straight line, he said like if you go to like molecular levels, there's no straight line. It's zigzags. Right, so he said that even that's a lie. Like the simple concept of something being straight, he's like nothing's really straight in this world.
Yeah.
He's like that's why we got to build houses with zigzags, like build houses curved. Like there's different ways to build houses that will be safer, but we don't do that. We do straight up, like boxed. But he's like there's no actual line, so the protection is not as much as there could be. If we do something differently, like a curved or something of a different type of shape, that's not straight lines. There's way more protection.
Yeah.
And has been proven right by a lot of architectural designs that have been better that way as well.
Yeah.
So it's like this motherfucker is spitting facts.
Yeah.
But we got to wait and see.
We have to.
Because no one's debunked them. It's been like a weird silence of like, oh, he might be right.
Some people, I've also seen this. I've seen some professors say, I'm not even going to bother to argue this nonsense. Like there's an elitism to it. That's the issue. This is why
I'm above this black actor.
Yeah.
Oh, he got his degree from where? Oh no, I am better.
This is why I'm against academia, because I am an academic, because in academia,
and you watch Hero of Academia.
Yeah, I do. Because I'm gonna tell you straight up, The elitism in academia is ridiculous. They refuse to explain things to the masses. And it's like, bro, you sound like such a fucking dickhead, and you're leaving the population misinformed. What I want to know is this: Terrence Howard's argument. If it is wrong according to academics, why is it wrong? Explain it to me. There has to be a standard as to why it's wrong. Don't give me the answer. Oh, that nigga's crazy. I'm not even gonna debate him. I'm not gonna entertain it. You sound like a fucking
it's
ass.
not good enough.
And imagine if Terrence Howard is crazy and he's wrong and it's already been disproven. You're just gonna let us all walk around be misinformed?
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy to me. Like, these niggas are dickheads, bro. That's why I don't fuck with these niggas.
So we'll see what's gonna happen with that. Two things I recommend people go watch: Baby Reindeer if you haven't yet. A Netflix show. Baby Reindeer is insane. I keep forgetting to talk about it. I loved watching Baby Reindeer. A lot of people found it weird and uncomfortable. I think Cardi B was one of the people that said something about it, but it's just because it has a weird like sexual moment throughout the show in like the middle episodes. But it's based off a real story of a guy who had a stalker in real life, and then it turns out that the guy that really went through the experience is the main actor playing that character.
That's dope.
So he has to relive his trauma through the show. Wow. He's a phenomenal actor. And the woman that stalks him in real life, now she's come out of nowhere, out in public, and she did an interview with Piers Morgan and that's gone viral, and she sounds identical to the actress. And she sounds as crazy as the actress sounded. So it's like, it sounds like it's real life. Like, it feels like real life. I'm like, oh shit, this Baby Reindeer is just one of the best shows I've seen. I think it's probably my favorite show this year so far.
Great casting.
Like, it's insane. So I recommend people to watch Baby Reindeer. I think that bitch is crazy, and I think that she's still stalking that motherfucker. I think she's delusional, and I think that you gotta watch the show. It's just crazy.
Where's it on?
It's on Netflix. Baby Reindeer.
Nigga, they gotta do this bundle already, so I can not have to pay. Nah, I'm not doing that shit.
Also, over the weekend, a brand new show airing on Netflix called Tires. It's by Shane Gillis, the comedian. I think it was a good show. I watched the whole thing. Every episode is like 20, 30 minutes long. It's 6 episodes. It's like The Office, kind of. It's a comedy. And it's about a tire shop that needs to sell tires. And the guy that owns the tire shop is the father of the main guy that runs the tire shop. So it's like he has to like this daddy complex. Like, oh my God, I got to prove my daddy right. Oh my God. And it gives like the Office vibes, the way it's kind of shot and the credit scenes and everything. But it could have been funnier. It could have been funnier. The pilot I didn't love. I'm like, oh, this is what's going to be. Picks up episode 2. Episode 3 gets better. Andrew Schultz making an appearance. And even Shane Gillis' character kind of got better as the show went. But as it kind of was reaching kind of a peak towards the end, the season ends. But I feel like Shane Gillis might have just... I haven't seen any interviews on him yet talking about it, but I think he probably just got like a trial run with Netflix for this first season. If people like it, they'll give him another season. But I think it's confirmed season 2 is coming now. 6 episodes. I recommend to go watch it. Tires. It's funny.
The point?
The point is just like a tire shop just sucking at selling tires, and it's just being funny, and like the employees are just like making fun of each other. They're making sex jokes. They're trying to fuck the clients. It's a mess, but it's pretty funny.
It's like most tire shows.
Sounds like real life. Sounds like a tire shop that we might know on Broad Street, in Providence, Rhode Island. It might be. But I recommend to go watch it. The Tom Brady roast. The Tom Brady roast, right? So for years, Comedy Central ran the Comedy Central roast, right? Where they were roasting comedians for years. I feel like for decades it was a thing, right? Charlie Sheen, Flavor Flav, I think they did a Snoop Dogg one. They've roasted everyone. But then they did this Comedy Central. No, it wasn't even Comedy Central. Netflix did a live event where they roasted Tom Brady on a Sunday during the Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef. So if you weren't caught up in that like we were, a lot of people missed it. It was a live event. I think when we were at Eric's house, it was live airing, right? On Netflix. 3 hours long. I watched it. That shit is hilarious. Bro, Nikki Glazer's a comedian on there that did a crazy ass monologue going at Brady and everyone. She killed it.
I heard the Anchorman was there.
Ron Burgundy, the Anchorman out of nowhere. Out of nowhere. Guest appearance came out of nowhere. Hilarious.
They booed Kim off stage.
Kim Kardashian was actually pretty good. She was actually pretty good. She had some good jokes. Whoever wrote the jokes for her was pretty good. They were really good jokes. Tony Hinchcliffe, in my opinion, stole the show. He had the best rant, but he does Kill Tony, which is like a live podcast show in Austin, Texas for years. I want to go one day. And he has guest panelists. Joe Rogan's been on. A bunch of famous comedians been on. And it's a show. You could buy a ticket to go in person, but he airs it on YouTube too. You can see it, and it's constantly roasting people.
Is that the one that the Fox, the former Fox news anchor was on?
Yeah, Tucker Carlson was on.
Yeah.
A bunch of people been on, and it's hilarious. Tony does this for a living, so he was on the roast and he roasted Brady. He killed that shit. He went down the line. He went at Brady. He went at the guest. He went at everyone. Boom, 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 boom. Fucking killed that shit. 10 out of 10. I'm like, this guy's fucking phenomenal. What the fuck? He was made for this shit. The worst parts would probably be Ben Affleck coming out of nowhere. Horrible jokes. It's not good. It's like, what the fuck are you doing here? Right? But then he was Boston. He's from Boston, so he's like showing love to Brady. That was cool. But I feel like he should have just showed up and fucking left. Like, he wasn't needed. It was weird. Who else had the bad jokes? Surprisingly, Two Bears in One Cave, famous comedy podcast, Bert Kreischer and Tom Segura, their segment, I think was lackluster. I didn't think it was needed. It was weird. It was not needed. It was like they had like a PowerPoint slideshow, and Bert Kreischer's just dying from laughing, and the joke's not even like. It was weird. It could have been way better. Did not need that at all. Andrew Schultz did really good as well. Shout out to Andrew Schultz. But I think it was phenomenal, bro. Kevin Hart did a phenomenal time hosting. The shit was a 10 out of 10. Like, it really was a 10 out of 10. And I think edgy comedy might be back because of this roast.
I hope so.
Because they said a lot of shit that was like offensive. Like, it was racist jokes. But it was hilarious. And it's like, oh, shit. I feel like I haven't seen something like this in years. Like, it felt kind of classic, right? They were making fun of Kevin Hart being black and short. You know, they were making fun of Tom Brady. They said that he was gay. And then him and Julian Edelman have, like, a dating thing. And that's another dope thing. If you're a Patriots fan, I recommend to watch it because it had the Patriots lineup, right, from Tom Brady's best years. Bill Belichick came out of nowhere, surprised Brady. And then Bill Belichick and then Robert Kraft had like a cheer on stage and kind of ended their beef or whatever, the tension that they've had because Bill Belichick left the team.
It's still there.
It's weird as hell. There was only one rule: to not make fun of of Robert Kraft, the Patriots owners. Remember, he was rumored to, no, not rumored. It was confirmed that he was at
a sex shop.
What's it called when you get the happy ending?
A masseuse.
The happy ending.
Masseuse.
He was getting happy endings.
Nigga, masseuse.
Okay, yeah, that's what it's called. Yeah. But that was the one rule, not to joke about that. But then Jeff Ross, who was like kind of like the co-host, he's the guy that basically runs the Comedy Central roast. But for some strange reason, it's not on Comedy Central no more. I don't know if they bought the rights, but then they named this differently, right? It used to be called Comedy Central Roast of whoever. Now this was called the Greatest Roast of All Time of Tom Brady, like a long-ass title. I'm like, that's for legal purposes, right? But Jeff Ross is the master roast guy. Like, he's a comedian, but he really is only known for the fucking roast. Like, whenever the roast happen, that's his only relevance to life. Like, it's to be honest, that's what it is. But he likes that. Like, he's funny because of that. Like, he feeds into that. And he was there roasting. And he did the joke about Tom Brady and Robert Kraft, right? And then Tom Brady got up and whispered in his ear, don't joke about that. Like, why are you joking about that? And it was like a weird tension. But he was joking. I feel like Brady was joking, but he was kind of half serious because it came out afterwards, Nikki Glaser and other people in the interview saying, like, there was rules. Like, Brady did say that was the rule. Like, you couldn't do that. But we did that. And it was live streamed, so they couldn't edit it out. They left it. You know? So,
wow.
Netflix, bro, it was risky move by Netflix, but I'm hearing that they're going to do more. No. Netflix is going to do a bunch more of these live roast events.
This is on brand with Netflix.
And it's only getting started.
No, Netflix already took its stand on everything. People just haven't noticed. Bro.
They're going to run culture.
You want to know why? It all started with Dave Chappelle.
Oh, yes.
Netflix had a choice with Dave. I'm going to stand by this man's comedy and his right to make jokes.
Yeah, that's true.
Or I'm going to abandon him. They were firing niggas who were in their own offices that were like protesting.
Yeah. I'm going to quit. I'm going to quit if you stay with Dave. They were like, get out of here.
Bye. You out.
Yeah.
Niggas is protesting outside. I remember there was a whole like documentary about it. Like niggas was outside interviewing people and they're like, we can't believe Netflix is doing this. We work here. Next day, oh, you're all fired. Bye. Go. I thought that was real nigga shit. They're saying, yo, it's comedy. He's not being malicious with his jokes. It's not designed to hurt you. He's not trying to weaponize anything against you. It's jokes.
Yeah.
The same way he made Indian jokes at the one in Boston.
Yeah, you saw it live.
Yeah. The same way he didn't make Jewish jokes. No, he made one Jewish joke. Like, he's just making jokes.
Jokes about everyone.
Hulu's never doing this shit.
No, hell no.
HBO Max might, I don't know, because they have South Park and that's a pretty edgy show. But like these other institutions not doing it. Netflix is. I totally believe, bro, Netflix is gonna try to bring back comedy. Like real good comedy.
I believe it. And the thing is, with the live event, it could get dangerous. So this one got dangerous because there's a moment where Rob Gronkowski, fucking big ass, he spiked a glass shot cup, when Bill Belichick and Brady and Robert Kraft were doing a shot toast. It wasn't even involving Rob Gronkowski. Bless you, the Gronk. And the Gronk took a shot glass of glass and spiked it like the football. Like he always spikes it. And I guess it came out afterwards. Andrew Schultz and other people there confirmed, bro, the reason that was a weird moment during that was because Kevin Hart had to calm everyone kind of down and act like nothing happened, because when he spiked that, a shard of glass went to a woman's face in the front crowd, and she was bleeding because Rob Gronkowski did that dumbass shit.
Oh my God.
So they almost had a major like lawsuit, crazy situation, and then Kevin Hart kept the show going, acted like it didn't happen, like they were smooth about it. Right? He kept making fun of Gronk, like, what the fuck? We gotta get Gronk out of here. This fucking blah, blah. He didn't highlight the injury, and they kept it was crazy. So I recommend go watch it.
Gronk's
It's classic.
fraternity idiot. That's
It's classic. It's a 10 out of 10, highly entertaining. Last, to close out right here, we have Forrest Gump. Forrest Gump, the Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef has gotten so viral and et cetera that we have Forrest Gump himself, Tom Hanks, asking his son Chet Hanks about it. Remember Chet Hanks was the booyaka booyaka, the one that thinks he's Jamaican and stuff and does the Jamaican the patois, and he has the perfect patois. Basically maybe the most famous Jamaican since Bob Marley.
No, literally he is.
No, he probably is. Since Bob Marley, I think it's Chet Hanks, right?
He's not Chet.
He texts Chet Hanks, right? His dad. This is Tom Hanks. He says, Big Maine. That's his nickname for him, I guess. Big Maine. I don't know what that means. Big Maine. Big Maine. Maybe he meant Big Man, but he put an I as a typo. Who knows? This is dad. Can you explain the Drake and Kendrick Lamar feud to me? Then he says to his dad, yes. So Drake and this other dude, J. Cole, been saying they're along with Kendrick, they are the big three in rap. Then Kendrick put a song out saying, fuck the big three, it's just Big Me, initiating the beef. Then Drake was like, you got small feet because you're like 5'5", whatever. And Kendrick was like, you're a deadbeat dad, and make fun of his Canadian accent. So Drake came in back and was like, oh yeah, well I heard you beat your wife. But literally like 30 seconds later, Kendrick put out a diss overshadowing Drake's diss, where he pretty much methodically dismantled Drake's entire psyche and called him a pedophile for flirting with young girls, revealing Drake had another kid that he was hiding from the world, which turned out to be false. And Drake came back and was like, ha ha ha, I got your ass. I had people give you false info to make you look stupid. And it didn't even matter because Kendrick dropped another West Coast banger where he really went in on labeling Drake a pedophile that was pretty much the sonic equivalent, where's that shit at? Which was pretty much the sonic equivalent of when you look at, when you took me to your high school in Oakland and we walked in on a basketball game and everyone started going nuts. Like if you heard it, you would just automatically know how to crip walk with a stank face while clutching your Oscar in each hand with Marshawn Lynch, then dap him up and tell him town business, which solidified the win not only for Kendrick but the entire West Coast. Then Tom Hanks says, holy cow, these are fighting words. People taking sides? Who's winning? And then he told his dad back, do you not just read what I said? So that went viral because people are like, yeah, this has gotten to international levels of, we got these celebrities in Hollywood who don't give a fuck about music, right? You might see Drake and Tom Hanks hang out, but it's not because Tom Hanks is bumping that Drake. You got bigger shit to do. He don't give a fuck about music. He has a life. He's a Hollywood actor. But he's hearing that they're beefing. So he's asking his son about it. And now it's gone viral, his reaction. He's like, holy smokes, they should, oh my God, they should fight. Are they going to fight? These are fighting words. So that went viral. Forrest Gump himself and the most famous Jamaican since Bob Marley, Chet Hanks, have reacted to the beef.
I'm mad that he says it like that.
Bro, I'm just stating a fact. Oh my God. You guys are, you never seen the clips of this motherfucker being Jamaican, bro?
No, I have.
Show him what, bro. Show him what.
This is the best shit I've seen in my life. Like he literally got like inducted into the Jamaican culture.
Like now they're trying.
Let me like this is real.
No,
I'm just here so I don't get fined. Let me see. To close out the pod. Someone said, just give him black skin now, and he'll be done.
Trump's leaving office. I think it's important to remember that he was the president, so we should show some respect.
Pussy clot. Fuck them, Ross. Donald no one rap with me. Boss man Biden. Fuck them, Ross. Pussy clot, boy. Go suck una mother.
Hey, guys, I just want to say
Yo.
that, you know,
He's killing that shit, bro. But at the same time, he's an actor. Because he was in a dope-ass show with Bryan Cranston on Max. I saw it with Shorty. I forgot what it was. Damn, it was like a show about a lawyer. Look at this guy right here. This is the best one.
big up the youth them way out of Kingston. Me wake up this morning and me see the thing turn up. Internet gone mad. Respect, you don't know. Me soon forward a yard. Booyaka, booyaka.
The most famous Jamaican.
It's the most famous Jamaican, bro, ever since fucking Bob Marley, bro. Rest in peace, Bob Marley, nigga. Bro, he's so famous that nigga. They dropped a Bob Marley movie. Don't want to watch that shit. You watch that shit?
No, I never watched it.
You know that Disney dropped the Bob Marley biopic this year. No one watched that shit.
Yeah, I know.
Because Chet Hanks took that shit from him. God, they should have put Chet Hanks in the fucking movie.
Nah, if Chet Hanks played Bob Marley, I would kill myself. Because this world is not worth living in anymore.
Bro, that shit wasn't even in the Atlanta show, remember?
Yeah, I don't remember.
He put Chet Hanks in the show. Let me see. Look at, yeah, I posted the clip that went viral.
Oi, psst. My name's Curtis.
Miles.
Curtis.
This is my wife and son.
Yeah, man. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. So how you know Sylvia?
Well, Sylvia used to care for Sebastian.
Oh, serious?
This is a Trinidad's woman's funeral. So he's playing a white Trinidad in person.
You know, Sylvia was my babysitter too.
Wow.
It was a sad day. But she'll be happy we're out here, you know.
So, you grow up in Trinidad? Or Jamaica?
No, it's Trinidad and Tobago. You know. I'm from Tribeca.
Nah. Donald Glover's hilarious. Donald Glover's fucking hilarious.
Look, he keeps going to.
And no, I'm from
Your
Tribeca.
accent is so strong.
Yeah, everyone says that.
He said the accent's so strong. He said everyone says that. Bro, I was dying when I saw this shit.
Oh my god.
I'm like, nah, this guy out of nowhere did that shit. But yeah, the most famous Jamaican ever is Bob Marley, man. Rest in peace, Bob Marley.
That's such a crazy.
And there we have it. Cap Club Admission Podcast. Another episode for you guys. Episode 138. We love you. We appreciate you guys. Any breaking news in the chat, real quick? If you guys want to say anything, you know, guys already told us about Vory being Drake's ghostwriter. Oh, Drake's life's over. Drake's gonna be fine, guys. I think he's gonna be okay.
You my everything.
You my everything. Song of the summer.
Man loves to say shit to piss us off.
Nigga, that shit sound like it got mixed on a fucking Windows XP. 2000.
Nah, it can't be Song of the Summer. I got a gripper the Grippy. Grippy's the one.
I'm gonna go listen to that shit.
Bro, listen, it is the worst. It sounds terrible. Like sonically, like it's not mixed that well at all. And then the bars itself is horrible.
Now I like when he switches up to like the BBL Drizzy, BBL Drizzy, BBL Drizzy, BBL Drizzy.
Oh man, we out. Anything else before I close it out?
Baby. Let's see.
Drizzy, they wanted nobody to ask me for it. The last one showing you did it for free, cause I sent over so many plans for storm, but don't even worry about all of that shit. Just keep it natural for my swear. I got a passion for you, I swear. I got a passion for you, I swear. Yeah.
Shit hard, bro.
I almost started shaking ass.
I'm telling you, nigga.
I'm glad you took that shit off.
I'm telling you, nigga. We're out. Love you all. BBL.